The internet is a void. I'm starting with that because of what the conversation that was just happening was. Alright, welcome. I'm going off that we're live. I don't care. It's been a day. Alright.
It's been a day.
We are missing one of our members, unfortunately.
Is it unfortunate?
Yes.
He's the one that normally sides with you, so I would think it'd be unfortunate for you at least.
I'm DMing now.
Yeah.
We're co-DMing.
We're trying a new setup. It feels weird.
Does it?
Yes, it does feel weird to be staring directly forward now versus yeah. But all right, so since we have kind of a short game today or limited time, let's get straight to it. We left off last time where after you guys came back down and ran into a mummy lord with all of their mummy servants, Reynolds nearly died.
After killing almost everyone. Let it be known.
Including himself when he drank a poisoned alcohol bottle.
It wasn't my fault. He gave it to me.
You drank it at one
Who
hit
gave
point.
it to you?
Loser who's not here.
Kralik.
I stand by what I said.
After that, they decided that this room, which has two hallways, one going up, one going down, a pathway into what appears to be a lit sarcophagus chamber, and a hallway going back the way they came, was a good place for a short rest. Meanwhile, after Cora pulled Faust away, when they came back, she has excused herself, seemingly disappearing into thin air.
Good, we didn't want her anyways.
Off to do whatever else she has to do.
Hashtag college.
I mean, sure. And so after the short rest, some people regained hit points. Some people are still not at full hit points, but that happens.
Some people keep carrying the party.
Some people might die today. But no. So the short rest has passed. The hour has passed. After seeing daylight a little while ago, you guys can get a good gist that it's probably early afternoon, approaching late afternoon after the short rest is over. What do you guys want to do?
Well, let's go to the sarcophagus chamber.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Well, you were too slow.
I'm sorry that I like to be a little more eloquent with what I say.
You said the exact same thing. So how's it more eloquent?
I was going to say something more eloquent until you said it.
So what were you going to say then?
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Well, now I'm curious. You said it's more eloquent, so...
Taylor looks you just dead in the face and mouths, "See?" and like points subtly.
I already knew. I just had to look at that interaction to know that it's that bad.
I follow along.
Oh, okay. So you guys are actually
Yeah.
walking towards the.
I actually do. Sure. Walk
Oh.
up.
Rolling.
Okay. There's the entrance is somewhat blocked. There is a lot of rubble around this area. There are several corpses around this area. The smell in here has actually gotten pretty bad during the short rest.
Oof.
The burning bodies of desiccated and rotted mummies is not the most pleasant smell. As the girl behind the camera attempts to eat something or drink something as I say that. Sorry.
There we go.
But yeah, so the smell in here has actually gotten slowly worse. And as you approach the sarcophagus room, the smell is not less. It is lit within. It's actually pretty brightly lit. There are a few areas of dim light, but it is actually very brightly lit, surprisingly. Even after you don't know how long it's been since potentially anyone's been down here.
What's lighting this place?
You do see torches. Or correction, Kralik saw torches last time. You didn't see torches last time, but he did. But yes, the area's a bit rocky.
How old are these torches?
There's a small area that's basically a rough terrain area where you'd have to duck into. It's only about 4 feet to 5 feet high, depending on where you walk through the entrance.
So Faust doesn't have to duck then.
No, Faust does not have to duck. Everyone else kind of has to duck.
He just has to bow.
Yeah, if he even walks through one of those sections. But so are you two going in first?
Sure.
Okay.
Strolling in. Very casually.
All right. So the marching order thus far is Carradine and Reynolds walk in first. You said you were going to go second?
Sure.
So you and Taylor will go in second. Silvertree, would you like to be in the back, or what are you doing?
I'll be in the back, I guess.
Alright, because I'm assuming Krellick and Anna will go next, because I now have to control Krellick, because that'll be fun. And I guess Faust and Silvertree.
I mean, I could always control it.
I mean, the issue is we don't have a character sheet. I'm
Oh,
the
I
only
know.
one who knows it in my head, so. Whoops. I'm glad that we don't have Cora still, because gosh dang, the amount of those sound naming. Carradine, Kevin, Krellick, Cora, that was really annoying.
CCCKKK.
What a terrible thing to say.
Come on.
Nothing. So you walk in, without without drawing out the room. What the room is, it's mirrored to the one previously. So as you come through this entrance area, there's about 20 feet to your left and right before the wall, and then it goes forward about 60 feet. The sarcophagus is sitting in the middle of the room.
Open or closed?
It is open, at least partially open, I should say. It is not flung open.
So, like, I'm talking like here, and it's like, eh.
Yeah.
Okay.
More of like a. There's enough space for a person to have crawled out of.
Okay, so Mummy Lord came from there.
Potentially. And you see a singular hallway leading out of this room as the natural hallway going from this previous room looked like it entered.
Wait, where's the natural hallway going out?
So, in the room previously, you had 3 hallways that were natural. Almost lined up, not quite perfectly, but fairly perfectly, is an actual carved hallway in here.
Just directly in front.
That goes directly in front.
That's
This
the question.
room seems to have been, before this grate that you can see now, this grate wasn't here naturally. It seems that whoever was in here originally dug into here by accident and chose to try to seal it with stone and metal.
That worked.
And because you can see the wall here is actually
For the most
cracked
part.
and broken open. Some of the symbology and symbolism. But the symbols and other languages and signs in this room,
Hieroglyphics.
one of them has been broken in the area that you're in. You can see where it's like, but there looks to be a pattern along the wall mostly.
Can I
So-
investigate the sarcophagus?
Sure.
I was about to say the same thing.
So I'm assuming both of you are walking out to it?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, before you investigate,
Oh,
Mhm.
Lord.
as you approach it, however, both of you approaching it, I need you both to make a Constitution saving throw. As you approach it, the area around it, the entire thing, as you step on it, lowers.
Why are we keeping Constitution? I'm at 11.
Because there are how many rogues in this party? I'm making new traps. So, what was your Constitution saving throw?
15.
15?
11.
11. Alright.
I failed.
You save for half.
I'm gonna start
Yay.
trying to cast comprehend languages as a ritual.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's going to take a few minutes. But the rest of you, what you see is
10 to be
Reynolds goes,
exact.
I'm going to go investigate something. Karen's like, I'm going to go investigate. And they both rush forward. And the area just around the sarcophagus, as they step forward onto it, the entire plate that's around it drops, including the sarcophagus itself. This whole area seems to,
How's that Constitution not dexterity?
because as it drops, gas funnels into the area from the crack behind and in front of
So
you.
it's poison.
It is poison.
What's purity body?
Double check.
Is that disease or poison? I can't remember.
That is disease.
It might be poison.
And
I don't know.
Actually, it is disease and poison.
I think it's poison.
It might be poison. You might be immune, so. But check this, it doesn't say you're immune to being poisoned, but to poison. Because there is a status and then there is a
Yep. An item.
item. A status and a.
So I'm
Yes.
saving for half.
Makes
You're
me
saying-
immune to disease and poison.
Yeah. So it's nasty, but you are actually fine. However, you, as this area flares to life, where's my D8? You take 6 poison damage.
I rolled a 19 on investigation, by the way. I don't know if that plays a factor.
Yeah, honestly, because you weren't affected. As it drops and the poison comes up, you're like, you wave it away and you go and start investigating. Karen, what do you do? Just because he starts investigating, it does take you a little bit. It takes you a couple minutes to do this investigation. What do you do?
Is this trap similar to the ones that we've seen earlier?
You'd have to make an investigation.
Well, I'm not doing that.
So what do?
I'm gonna walk over to the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Continue to walk over to the sarcophagus.
So as you walk over to the sarcophagus, you're going to make another Constitution saving throw because the poison does not fade.
I'm sorry,
13. Wait. Yeah, 13.
13. You take another 6 points of poison damage.
Cool.
This is pretty low saving throw. Or maybe you just roll.
No, I just rolled poorly that time.
Okay.
I rolled well the first time, rolled poorly the second time. But so your investigation, and you can roll investigation if you would like on the sarcophagus, but what you notice at least...
11.
11. So I'll let you know when you stop noticing something. Also, I didn't realize how matching you two were today, alright?
Well.
Burgundy brothers.
Yes.
I would say maroon, but yeah.
Whatever.
We're a bunch of maroons.
Red.
I concur.
Just red.
Red. No. Now we're gonna start the color argument.
No, we're not. So what you guys see, what you see as you approach is it looks like the sarcophagus held something at some point. You both see within it there is actually a outline of dust where it looks like something was lined within here that has only moved recently. You see finger marks where something has moved or touched or whatever. That is the end of what you kind of see.
What I see. Cool.
What you see, however, as you're investigating, you can actually make another Constitution as you're looking through this, though. It does take you a while to kind of do this. It's not good.
Real question: wait? What time you said it was afternoon? Right? It's not sunrise yet.
No, it's not sunrise yet.
18.
It's still the same day, technically.
Yeah.
18.
Mm.
All right. So the rest of what you see is, I rolled well this time, so you're gonna take 7 on the half.
Get sauced.
Yeah.
It's all right, bud.
So that's 19 overall to you now.
I just want to go back to town and buy some more healing potions.
But so as you're looking in, though, I will say this: you do see 2 things that he did not. One, there's a marking on the outside of the sarcophagus that it looks like it was pushed open from
like
the
a
outside. No, from the outside. Someone seems to have
That's what I'm saying.
physically moved the
Okay,
sarcophagus.
so like it looks like someone opened
Not
it.
from below, but from above.
Yeah,
And
okay.
the other thing is, within, you do see where it's all the way in, down where the foot of the mummy would be, there does appear to be something in there.
Something. Can't tell what it is. Or...
You would have to push off the rest of the,
I can't see what's in here.
I won't explain to everyone, but hey, it looks like someone pushed this open, guys. There's hand marks on here. I did my finger.
Push it open. I'm pushing it open.
Alright.
Oh,
Make another
God.
Constitution saving throw.
And I'm also going to tell people I can see something at the foot as he pushes it open.
Yeah.
12.
Oh lord.
12?
I guess I might as well help him push it open now.
Okay. So...
if he needs help, I don't know how heavy this thing is. Because I'm picturing like the ancient
Well,
Egyptian.
roll in athletics, and you can get advantage because he's going to help you.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'll do. Instead of you both rolling it.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, help action.
Basically.
I say my athletics is only +4.
Yeah. That's a
21.
21. 21.
Alright. So...
Thank you for the math.
You're welcome.
Oh, did you, what was your Constitution saving throw?
12.
Okay.
Wait. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Hey, guess what? 7 points of poison damage.
Cool.
Because somehow I keep rolling the same
6
as
or
would
7.
have. Yeah. Because you took full.
You're looking alright, buddy. You want a potion? Oh.
And what you
I'm fine.
see...
Sure?
Sorry.
Yep.
I have to find it again.
I'm okay.
I had marked it and I lost it, of course. So... What you see...
Actually, I have a potion of greater healing if you want it, man.
Alright. What you see is, it appears to be a short stick. For the sake of it, it appears to be a wand. The tip of the wand, however, is a small skull wrapped in chain, with the entire handle being carved like ebony in the form of a chain for about 2 feet.
It's so metal.
You can tell that
Yes.
neither the skull nor the
me.
Put that thing here.
if you even know what it is, but yeah. So you see both of you see this at the
It's
bottom
a
of the. It appears to be a wand.
I won't look at. Should we pick it up or
We
not?
rolled a loot table for it, remember?
I won't say full sin. I won't. Probably gonna regret this, but I'm gonna pick it up.
I mean,
14. Okay.
If it's 14 again, I'm walking out that door and leaving. I will be
So
gone.
as you go to pick it up, because like it's been moved, I'm gonna have you make one more Constitution saving throw for me real quick, because you have been in the poison for quite a while. It is not a friendly poison.
Has anyone walked up? Nice.
No, everyone else is staying back away from the poison that they can see.
23.
As I'm just sitting here standing.
You both are.
Just remind me-
23, so you're gonna take
Let me know when my spell
4.
goes off.
It'll be in a moment, actually. You're almost done. This is about 10 minutes in.
Making sure
Before.
you don't forget. Yep.
No, I know that you're about to do that. And great, because I knew none of you spoke the language that's in here, so I was like, I don't have to worry about actually translating it. I forgot.
Oh, I think we had.
However-
doesn't the monk have an ability? Hey, can I use this real quick?
That's I think at level 14.
Yeah, that's 14. That's,
Okay. Yeah.
And that's Tongue of Sun and Moon.
You can hear and speak. You can't
Yeah.
technically read all
Okay,
of
fair
it.
enough. Fair enough. I was just.
Unless it specifies. I
I
don't
don't
remember.
know. Well,
It
doesn't
does
matter
matter.
right now.
It doesn't matter right now. But so as you lift it up, the plate that has been down in the inside of the sarcophagus, it's not so much a plate, but you hear a small click. You see nothing change,
Oh,
but
it's
you
about to be a
hear-
giant boulder coming at us.
but you hear
Indiana Jones.
just before you can react, as the entire poison cloud erupts into fire. The entire poison cloud ignites.
Dexterity.
This is a dexterity,
That's
technically at a disadvantage because you're both within the cloud. Anyone else who was standing relatively nearby, but you guys, none of you had said you
Oof.
move forward. So,
10.
so I'm gonna need 14d6. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. I would have walked out. I would have left. I don't care if I
alright.
died. I would have left.
But what was your dexterity saving throw?
10.
What was your dexterity?
21.
At disadvantage?
At disadvantage.
Jeez, okay.
All right,
19,
so
15.
you do have evasion, so you take half, and you succeeded, so you
So I
take
take
half.
half.
So I do need, however, 9d6.
Hold on.
It's basically a 6-level fireball.
Yeah.
It's 5.
It's not 14.
It's not 14. You guys obviously set the
That's
trap
like
off. You have how
50,
many rogues and
60.
decided not to investigate the traps?
Oh, I knew. Well, I knew something bad was going to happen.
You did. You did know something bad was going to happen.
I
But
just
I-
don't have trap sets. I'm not a good barbarian.
This is a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they have advantage on dexterity saving
But there's
throws.
really no way we could have
That's
not
dangerous.
triggered the trap anyway.
Dangerous.
so
It's
it's
against
kinda-
all
I mean,
traps.
when I've
I
dealt
don't
with
think it's violent
when I've dealt with
against
traps before,
dexterity.
you know, they've been so old because, you know, you hang out in the right kind of dungeons, and well, all the traps have rusted away
As Silver
because
Tree,
they're
like
3,000
berates
years
you.
old.
Actually, yeah, I glance up and like, do you mind? Go back to my.
Does everyone else just
See, that's
annoyed?
the thing. If you had dissipated the gas,
It is dexterity.
Just
So-
what do I do with that? What do I
I
do
don't
that
know.
with?
10,
oof, oof.
20.
What the heck?
Oh, that was a
Oh,
4.
joy.
30. 35. 38. So 17 points of fire damage. And so you pick up the wand. You don't know where the click came from, but as you're holding it, you do see a small silver wire hanging off one side of it that it seems to have been broken. And as you sit there, burned, as you both sit there burned, you hear, and the poison starts to soak back up again.
I will take my leave.
Okay.
Is there anything else to investigate around here?
There is a hallway, and there are now, you can see 2 different trap triggers at the center of this room.
Oof. I want to sit here and investigate the wand that I just picked up.
Okay. Roll investigation.
16.
Okay. It's
Is there anything? Can I tell anything I do?
Or
was
it's
it being
technically
Arcana?
it's an Arcana roll for that, but
Arcana.
investigating, you find that there was a string attached to it. It actually surprisingly is very pristine. There's not a speck of dust on it. You do find, however, the skull is made of some kind of crystalline stone, not actually a skull, and the chain around it is some kind of blackened metal. It's all one piece as well. It appears that the stone, the iron was cast along with this crystalline
Curious if
stone.
it's magic or not.
You get a pretty good gist. It's probably magical.
Oh yeah, I know.
So if you want to roll an Arcana,
Oh,
you
Arcana.
might get a gist of what it might be able to do.
20.
20?
Nat 18.
Okay. I will give you. Let's see, because yeah, you get a good chunk of it. So what that is it is a wand of binding. You know that it has some kind of spells within it,
Some kind of spell.
and you know that it can assist in escaping containment.
Escaping containment.
It also requires attunement.
Oh, really? I thought wands didn't have to require tuning.
Not all wands. Some wands don't.
Oof. Fair enough.
So, as you kind of just glancing at it, you're like, huh. Well, still in the poison, as Karen has stepped out. As you step out, actually, though, you'll notice Reynolds' weight doesn't seem to be enough as the entire thing lifts back up.
That's dumb.
Anna goes, well, they were expecting someone to be in that thing,
I guess so.
pointing at the sarcophagus in the distance. At this point, your spell does go off, and you can now read. I think it's all writing.
Yep, all writing. Takes a minute to read a page, though. So, you know, how much is it? What you consider a page for this?
It depends on how detailed you're trying to read, because each of these walls has enough symbols on them to basically equate
Man, he's
to
about take
a
lot
page
of
or more.
damage again.
Okay.
I mean, he had some pretty phenomenal rolls the last 99, 96.
No, yeah, the fact that
He had like 6 5s.
yeah,
Yeah, so I'm gonna go and try to read everything for an hour.
okay. This takes a little bit of time, like an hour. So if anyone wants to take a short rest, or if anyone else wants to investigate anything else, like Silvertree, if you'd like to invest for aberrations or tentacle monsters,
Yes, I am taking
Is
a
there
short
is
rest.
there
Agreed.
you can begin to start it. We do have to. Hopefully, nothing happens in the next hour. But you can begin to start and take one. If nothing happens, you're gonna get the short rest. However, if I remember right, didn't you use all?
Nope,
of your
I
hit
used
dice?
6 of them.
You used 6.
I wrote
Okay.
it down.
Gotcha. Good.
So I have 5.
So, oh, sorry, Silvertree. What are you beginning to investigate? As I am about to tell
I
him
use all
what
of
these?
them,
Because
it's
once I
fast.
start that, that's gonna take a little bit.
really I'm
I mean,
gonna
it's
just
like
see
averages
if I
out.
recognize anything intelligent.
No, this is only a
style.
You're just gonna kind of investigate the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Just you're looking for any kind of sign of intelligence, intelligent life,
Of aberrations.
aberrations. Go for it.
Let's see.
I'm also explaining. I want
17.
to explain the wand to everyone if I can, and
You-
I'd be like, "Yo, who
you
wants
can-
this?" Because I've
yeah.
got too much I'm attuned to.
You describe its basic nature.
So, so what? So we can
And
help me
Krellick-
from escaping stuff.
Yeah, Krellick kind of goes, well, we can deal with that later. Let's put it in a bag or something.
Escaping?
So I'm gonna write. What should I call it?
Or
Skull wand.
maybe careful. Yeah, you can, it's called the Wand of Binding. But Silvertree, what was your roll?
17.
17? You do not see any traces of unnatural aberration kind of work upon the walls. Nothing writing-wise. You are 100% sure that the Mind Flayer did not come into here in its means of escape. And you feel that whatever this was natural in construction. That whoever constructed this at some point via magical means was not an aberration.
Okay.
Civilized in some way. As you start reading, does it tell you what language it is when you start reading it? Or do you just now just understand it?
It doesn't really. That's up to you.
Okay. So, I'm going to go with just now. They're just speaking it. Or reading it.
Yeah.
So, along the walls, you basically get a story. It
Okay.
is a story of several generations of a family, it appears to be, although sometimes it seems to separate itself into different groups.
Yeah.
The story basically goes through an ancient civilization living in an oasis.
Okay.
It describes itself as being within the shadow of the mountain that always points north. You assume it's in this area. It's not a hard leap. It's very descriptive of its location. There's an oasis in this desert that this apparently is not a part of, or is a part of but not connected to. This is a tomb to... It describes two different things it is a tomb to. It describes it as a tomb to a hero that once stood against evil, and a tomb to the evil that is still pervasive in the world. And it kind of describes this in vague detail. With at one point as you're reading it, you get to a point where there's a curse that anyone to disturb the evil or the good shall be cursed with the idea of having to fight this mummy and the mummy lord and the undead that have been left to guard this tomb from all outside breach. In one section before you reach the broken part of the wall, you get the gist of, and this tomb shall be sealed with no entrance, and then right as you get to, you don't know with what, or it doesn't stress details, that's where the crack is for the exit. And then when it starts on the other side, it basically just talks about, if you have entered this seeking treasure, abandon your dreams, leave here, nothing is found here is worth having, nothing sacrificed here is worth losing, and things will be sacrificed is basically the gist of it.
Yeah.
And as you continue along the wall, as you and Silvertree basically are both kind of scanning these walls, as Carradine slowly gets his air back as he breathes fresh air, and you're kind of resting. It is going to take you about 20 minutes to read all of the writing.
Yeah.
A little bit more potentially if you're going for the details instead of just the gist. And it goes down and basically says, our protector protects the evil, our protector protects the world is kind of the last thing it said at one point. And then it looks like you find the beginning, and the beginning actually starts with, there was once a hero king who went into the desert, and from the writing, from the thing, and this sounds like this was thousands and thousands of years ago, back when the desert was actually flush with at least a few oases from the way it describes it.
Yeah.
And then it slowly talks about how the oases were disappeared. It talks about dwarves, and then you get back to eventually the family that eventually led to the hero, that yada yada. And it's just a big circle
Okay.
that goes around.
Okay. I communicated the rest of the group and just kind of be like, yeah, this is attuned to basically nothing.
Real quick, while you two, can you guys make a perception check?
To good and evil?
At one point, you guys walk by the other hallway. Make a perception check for me.
19.
19?
10.
Okay. You're distracted by the writing. You, however, you're looking for aberrations. He's reading the writing. Occasionally, you kind of bump into each other and you move around. But as you go to the door and you're scanning, you kind of look down the hall and you do notice, while the hall is lit, it kind of goes for a while. But despite the red and yellow lights, you swear there's a bluish glow down the hallway.
Whoa, glow, everyone.
It's extremely faint.
I am immediately concerned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Immediately concerned.
Yeah.
As you immediately go, whoa, he's just lying down on the ground and goes,
Y'all can go
and he
first
keeps,
this time.
Yeah, he keeps reading, but you've gotten the attention of at least a few of the other party members.
I was
you
saying,
say-
keep me updated. Let me know.
What was he saying?
So, I understand the lighting's a little weird right now, but blue glow is not normally a good thing to see at the end of hallways. Yeah.
I concur
I've been
with
in
that.
my own. I've been in my fair share of dungeons that are really, really old, and I'd rather not die right now.
Faust,
Knowledge of
as you
blue
hear that,
glows.
walks up to you, 27, as he cures
Yeah.
wounds.
I
He gives
chime
you
in.
27, and goes,
I got scared for a second. I was like, why are you hurting me for
I chime
27?
in, I chime into his thing and basically it's out of everything we've seen here, blue glow is kind of unusual. It's not the normal for this.
Knowledge of blue
dungeon.
glows?
well,
Thank you, Faust.
sure, roll a random arcana with disadvantage.
Sure.
I'd be
Nat
like,
20 and a 12. Wow.
wow.
So it's 12.
12.
Oof.
Blue glows usually tend to relate to something magical.
Oh, man.
It's magic.
Right, it's
Maybe.
That's all,
it's-
folks.
blue glow usually intones. You know that if someone's usually casting detect,
You know.
if someone's usually casting detect magic, they'll see magic as blue. So it's a magic strong enough to show without the spell.
What do you see with your open eyes?
So yeah, but no. Faust comes up to you, gets you 27, and goes, "We're either heading in or heading out. Get up."
Oof.
So he gives you the 27
Well,
hit points.
At least I don't have to use my rest my rest.
Right. Then he looks at you.
Oh, thanks, bud.
How bad are you off?
I'm about half. And I had already tapped myself.
And you're still at half?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You took a lot of
get-
poison damage.
I did take a lot
You're
of
pretty
damage.
ballsy just standing in the poison like
You get 20.
For the guy who's
And he
afraid of
burns
poison,
and he burns 2 of his 3rd level spells.
for the guy who's afraid of poison, he sure sat in poison for a while.
Yeah.
That is actually a good point.
Wait, is it only? It's
You
only.
forgot
really
you were
dumb.
You forgot.
It's not a rest. It's at.
I'm
when we
tired.
It's at sunrise when I roll for my wand, right?
Yeah.
My RP was
Nope,
absolutely
Yeah, one
horrible.
charge left.
Shattered.
He was just afraid to run through it, so he was just like, I'll find the source of it. That's the retcon.
There you go.
Alright, but yeah, no, Silvertree, he's still you're finishing up kind of reading the wall at this point. As Silvertree, yeah, you're looking down there, and that blue glow is very faint. Faust seems to have reacted. Taylor and Anna are kind of like waiting, because they hear what you say, and Taylor finally goes, but is that the good or the evil? Was
mean?
this thing the good or the evil?
Um,
And is that thing the good or the evil?
That was probably
it's
the
a
curse.
hero. It was a hero.
A hero, okay. Does a
That's what-
hero become this thing? And she points at the sarcophagus.
I wouldn't
That-
bet on it.
Does it say what
That
the curse
was,
is?
Well, that was the Guardian.
Well, the curse is him just waking up and trying to kill
That's
us.
a curse. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I mean, obviously.
Yeah,
That was
but
just
that's
the
what I say.
Guardian.
I literally just say like,
I just wondered if
Right?
the wall said it was.
It was just Guardian.
yeah,
Because there was Guardian and then the good and the evil.
Of the galaxy.
I mean, that's
so it was a
usually how
tomb. It
goes.
was cursed though. We don't really.
I say we just get out of here.
We
since
should
there's-
leave
What's
that-
the point of being in here?
I agree. There's nothing.
I mean, there could be more shiny things down
Yes, because shiny things have worked out so well for us.
Yeah.
right
So
there.
the glow is abnormal. We should probably follow up on that. The tomb, so far, nothing seems to be affecting us,
I
and
mean-
has not affected us any further. So let's move.
Well, we probably also.
We're not gonna have any lasting issues.
You
from
know,
this,
curses
hopefully.
and stuff like that usually only affect you when you leave.
Well, it did. It came out to meet us.
And
But
well, no, but
it had already been.
it could have
pushed
been a
over,
guardian,
so
and whereas
this
he's saying that it could be a separate
could be
curse.
somebody else.
Okay.
I'd rather not wake another sleeper.
I don't got any more fireballs.
I mean, it's what are we gonna do about it though?
Like, you have one.
Well, yeah, I have no more fireballs.
Yeah. Question is though, what are we gonna do about it, or leave?
Okay, so we have two entries. We can keep going further in, or we peace out.
One way or another, we're leaving this tomb.
We're leaving
Yeah.
this room, that's
leaving,
for sure.
leaving this room. So
So
what?
it's not the whole tomb.
No. So he said there are two entries. There's the one we just came from, and there's like a clear area
you
up
got
front.
you got the gist that from the writing. If not more, there are at least 2 tombs within this structure.
Okay.
If not more.
All right. Then
I
maybe.
mean,
With the argument that this might be the Guardian, you suspect, there might actually be 2. Like,
Which means the curse-
not this tomb.
Which means
Okay.
the curse would be further in.
most likely, yeah. Then let's leave.
and we might have. Well, if that blue glow is anything to go by, we might have just released either the good or evil.
That
possibly.
or that stupid Ifla that we've been chasing around and just tried to trigger the trap. Managed to
that?
get a what?
The mind flare.
The mind flare.
Oh,
Well, I mean, if we keep going, there are
So
obviously
let's
2
go.
traps in front of us, so we got.
Alright.
That I'm betting on that mind flare having triggered the trap, managed to get away and left it for
But we
us.
said the mind flare wasn't in this area. You said it was
No.
obvious that he didn't come through this area.
Silvertree looked and found no
He's
sign of
never here.
aberration.
Then never mind.
Yeah.
The
So he went the other
aberrations didn't write on the walls.
Well, no, I didn't have
And
to. But it
the
could have
mind
triggered
flare
the trap.
didn't pass through this area.
Okay.
So are we still chasing the mind flare, or are we just trying to peace out?
Also, 'cause I think at this point, the Mind Flayer probably was out ahead of us and attempted to climb the mountain, it seems.
Probably. If it's not been through here.
If we want to
you're,
chase it,
you're
we
the
have to
expert.
go back out
What-
that way.
what a-
I personally
this
don't care
thing-
about this mind flare.
I don't either, but I'm just like I was trying to make sense of why there's a blue glow and a trap.
Would
that's
it have
been
tried
set
For
off.
all we know,
leave.
that thing, there's something behind us. There's obviously stuff in front of us.
Yeah. That,
I think we get
without,
out and go
without
back
his
to the-
confirming there wasn't an aberration, I'd be like that's exactly what happened.
Let's get back to the
Mind flares.
Rada, like regain our bearings, for a bit.
Yeah.
Been gone for a minute.
Yeah.
Then go back to the blade.
Illithid's no better than to wake some sleeping magic. They deal
Well,
enough
no.
with it as it is.
What I was asking was, would he have gone outside, versus going, what I would guess is
He's-
deeper in?
He's a magic user that also has mind powers that can also eat people's brains. I don't really think he needs to worry about the environment.
Roll a knowledge nature or arcana. So it's an aberration. Knowledge arcana with advantage. Because aberration.
14.
You know that for Ithlids or Mind Flayers, magic use actually causes them to be driven away from their hive. So it would be probably
That's why
be
he's by himself.
less than happy to go down
Further.
because it would be killed on sight by its
Yeah, so we
hive.
know it's not further down. That's a given.
That's just something you know.
It wouldn't go further into the tomb, and it wouldn't go further down.
No, that's what I'm saying. We know it's not there. We don't know what that blue glow is.
No.
We don't know what's in front of us. So right now we got a 50-50 chance. Crap's going to come at us one way or another. I've accepted this.
So the path where the blue glow is that does that look like it's part of this structure, or has it been
It's part of the structure.
Okay.
Well, you're saying the
yes.
path of the blue glow looked like it was
A hole in the wall.
It is a part of the structure.
Okay.
The way you entered was a hole in the wall.
Okay.
The path to the blue goal is
Someone like dug into this tomb essentially. So we're in like a whole underground tomb.
It appears.
Yeah. And well, from what you've read, it seems like this was like its own lonesome thing that they tried to close off, and then someone was mining or what have you, and they accidentally broke in.
Yeah.
That's what it appears to be.
And I'm talking.
It doesn't appear like looking back on it. It's hard to tell if this happened while these bandits were holding that cave. It's hard to tell if it happened years prior.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it just looks like that's what it looks like. I'm just describing what I'm thinking.
Yeah, the metal
What
grate is
Reynolds
old.
Yeah, the metal grate was old, and yeah, nothing's been really been through here. So,
So what?
I'm fairly confident the mummy lord was our curse.
Cool. Let's go down
Yeah.
then. Watch out for those traps. Can I investigate the traps without shooting them off?
Well, you're talking about going back the way you.
Yeah.
Which way?
Well, I thought we were talking about going
Can I
forward.
roll
Going
insight?
forward?
Was that what we were saying? Is we're going
Can you roll
forward?
insight against the thing I read?
Sure. Roll an insight.
That is what is it? 13, I think.
You get that the curse. There are two different places it mentions curse.
Mm-hmm.
One seems to imply something immediate, and the other is an implication of action upon entry. It doesn't really list what, it just says, it mentions basically leave or, while the other one says as you have entered, you have already been.
Okay.
There are two different places where curse is mentioned.
So there's going to be another curse.
Well then,
Keep
yeah,
going.
wait a minute. I remember that, and then maybe not.
Let's go back out the way we came.
We
Yeah.
probably should leave.
Let's go back.
But as you say that, Taylor goes, yeah, but what if the curse is him picking that thing up?
That seemed more like a trap than a curse.
Why can't it be both?
Curse. Okay, so it could've
They
been
trapped the
magic.
sarcophagus that released the thing.
Let's
Well,
take
yeah.
let's take precaution then, okay?
Traps upon traps upon traps.
I think we'll try to handle it then. How's that?
Trying to handle what? The curse or leaving the way we came?
The curse.
And
So we're
then
investigating.
Anna kind of raises her hand and goes, how do you handle a curse?
Yeah, I'm kind of
I point at Taylor.
Taylor points at Faust.
Yeah.
And he goes, if it's that kind of curse, I guess. If it's not, I don't know. I'm not that familiar with blue glows down a hallway.
I'll keep reading as we go if I can.
Go where?
As we go towards the blue glow.
Are you all going?
Oh, so we're going towards the blue
Are
glow,
you-
we're not
yeah,
going towards the
that's-
trap?
I'm willing to.
Well,
I
because
will-
you
I-
just implied that you were going back further deeper. That's what you've been implying the
Okay,
whole time.
I'm going to
the blue
to
glow's
go.
behind us.
No. So big room, sarcophagus here. You guys entered here, broken wall, hallway, blue glow.
Oh, okay. I thought blue glow was behind us. That's what I
No,
was getting
blue
the whole
glow
time.
is down
You're
the
going
hallway
forward.
that you did not come through.
All right, let's go. But you said we noticed there are two traps in front of the sarcophagus.
You know that there is at least a pressure plate, and then there was the tripwire that you set off, that basically detonated this whole thing.
Okay, well,
Can I
trap
like
sense the way
investigate for
forward
traps?
then.
Who
please.
has trap sense?
I don't know.
Which-
Someone should.
Would you like to investigate for traps?
You can investigate for traps.
You can investigate for traps.
I keep doing this and I keep getting burned.
Traps.
Are you the rogue or is
I
We
am
have
a rogue.
3 rows.
Three rogues. You really do.
What are you?
You're the only one present as a player. So guess what?
Oof.
Short stick is yours.
Because I'm short.
Call it shorter.
Well, I meant. Never mind. All right. Investigation 25. Where's my investigation? No, 23.
23. So, as you begin to investigate the blue glow hallway,
Yes. No, right in front of the freaking sarcophagus.
Right here.
No, I know there's a trap here. I'm talking here.
In
Front.
this stretch.
Yes.
Silver
Anywhere in
Tree
that area.
and Kevin have already walked over that area.
Okay, so then the hallway.
Okay.
I'm being safe, all right?
Yeah.
I've gotten burned multiple times.
All right,
So-
we're in formation. He's our point man with a with.
Yeah, that's
a lot of
smart.
typing
Send the
trap.
rogue in first.
Yes.
Obviously, that's
Yeah,
a good idea.
That
why
is
you
the
got me,
smart
man.
idea.
Immediately, you go, all right, I don't like this. I've been getting burned. You look down, and there is a pressure plate right here across the front of this hallway.
Great, now disarm it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. Do we have anything heavy in this room?
There's a very pointed look from Taylor to you. She goes, but then she goes, really? She walks up and goes, makes investigation.
I'm backing away.
Yeah. She makes the investigation. Ugh. And she goes, Kralik? Yeah. And she looks upon it and goes,
See?
shut up! And, I guess I'll roll
How,
for
wait,
Kralik.
how tall is this hallway?
Do you want me to roll for her?
About 8 feet.
If we wait an hour, guys, I can walk on walls.
You can roll for Kralik, sure.
Yeah, no.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Well, he's got reliable talent.
So 10.
So it's 10.
Plus,
Because 4.
okay, so he walks up to it, and he looks at it, and he seems to, like, he sees it, and he's, like, looking at it and goes,
Faust.
I don't see a mechanism. And he kind of looks between the two of them, and actually, yeah, he turns and goes, Faust? Faust goes, you have got to be kidding me.
I didn't investigate how to disarm.
Oh, this
I
is
could
hilarious.
do
You could potentially, yes, investigate how to disarm.
that. I'll investigate how to disarm.
So, yeah, so it's
16.
16. You do not see a mechanism that you can reach. You see, it is a
Can I see any traps for when I investigate my initial investigation, or can I only see?
you kind
How
of
long is this
investigation-
hallway?
Yeah, that's
How
what I'm
long
about
is
to
this
say.
hallway? You can see that it appears. Cause you actually everyone
was
roll
getting
as
annoyed.
everyone's approaching here. Everyone, give me a perception check.
11.
Okay, roll for Kralik.
15.
23.
15.
24.
You already had yours.
No.
Okay, Kralik and you do not see. What was yours?
24.
What was yours?
That's a
15.
1.
Okay, you see the blue glow. Silvertree still sees it. Faust
My
with
gosh.
I should
with
not roll
a
for
30 sees it.
He's plus 3. Oh my god.
He's a plus 11 to perception. Anna actually sees it with a 21. Taylor does not. So some of the party does see the blue glow, and the blue glow is appearing down the hall. Looks to be, gonna say 300 feet ish. They give you a roundabout, like it's you see it as well. It's like
I'm so tempted to try and do an acrobatics and run down the hallway parkour style. But I don't.
I believe monks can run on
Actually, you
walls
can.
How long is this hallway?
as long as you continue to move.
How long is the hallway?
Yeah, okay. Did I see any other traps past the pressure point?
Unfortunately, you can make a perception. It's harder to notice a trap, but you can attempt to make a perception to see the traps. Wow.
27.
27. So you look down the hallway, and you don't see anything immediately right after this one, but it does look like some distance, probably if you were sprinting, you could get to it in a turn. There does appear to be another area where the stone looks a little off, but it does appear to be quite a bit in.
Alright, boys. We're about to full send this. As I say to the party, and I just take off on the
I
wall.
cast Wall of Force on. I give him another hamster ball.
Oh. Why would you do that?
What? So as you go to run up the wall, you go running, and then all of a sudden, you're not touching the wall. And is there a save or anything for this, or is it just he is encompassed?
He is in a ball.
Okay.
It's just
So you're
That's
running
what
on the
he's at.
wall still, technically, just not the wall you assumed would be there. As the ball starts spinning, you can think you go over the trap as the ball does hit it, but you're spinning it sideways, so it's basically rolling along the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trap goes off.
Yep.
Here's the thing: who was within? So you're all making perception checks down this hallway. I'm gonna give you all a dexterity save on this, except for you, because you're fine.
Yeah, okay, because you said it was like 100 feet down.
No. This is just this first trap because unfortunately you're all pretty close. So everyone make a dexterity saving throw. Anna. That's an 18. Taylor. That's a 19. Faust.
We were sitting around talking. I'm a man of action, all right?
All right.
14.
Krullik.
I'm not rolling for Krullik
I
anymore.
got you.
Roll for Krullik.
17
There we
Okay.
go.
with whatever this thing is,
He made it.
which is like a +6, I think.
Yeah, so rogues, all 3 rogues take no damage. What was your dexterity saving?
19.
What was your dexterity saving?
28.
What was your dexterity saving throw?
14.
Okay. Everyone passes except for Carradine.
Yep.
So it's half damage to everyone except for the rogues.
Evasion. I have it.
You have it. Oh, that's right. Actually, Faustus too.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
So, correction. Everyone but the rogues and the rangers, where we were playing revised ranger rules, because ranger was actually a pretty weak class beforehand. They
Yeah.
buffed it slightly. It's not broken. If you want to look it up, it is on Wizards of the Coast. Who, if you don't know, makes D&D.
Really?
Uh,
I didn't know that.
okay. that's who makes D&D. It's not a company called D&D. It's called Wizards of the Coast.
Oh,
All
I
right.
thought it was called D&D.
So the only people who take damage are Anna, Kevin, and Carradine,
I love being a
as 5 of the party members have evasion.
Heck yeah.
Oh, correction! Anna has Shieldmaster, and she succeeded, which means she takes no damage.
Oh my goodness.
As a feat. So the only people to take damage are Kevin and
I really
Carradine.
like these dexterity saves, not gonna lie.
Wow, this is dumb. Okay. Alright.
In my mind, hey guys, disarm the trap.
Yeah, as suddenly
Can I
he
cast
goes...
shatter on the back of the ball?
It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't do anything.
So as he
I can't
goes...
force it forward.
As he goes
I mean, maybe,
forward
I don't know.
over it,
So you just see me going sideways.
the plate drops, and there are all of a sudden from the side where you're running, you actually see that come up these tubes that angle both this direction and the other direction. So you go through it as this basically the equivalent of a high-level burning hands fires off in 3 directions.
Oh, it's
how
so
how exactly
toasty.
did I set this? Because of ball.
The ball. And you keep going. Anna brings up her shield and gets behind it. The rest of you all get out of the way. Carradine just goes, oh. And Kevin, you take half as you manage to sort of
Crap.
avoid it, but not
It's more
quite.
like what I said.
Hey, it's
So,
better than us being in there and
Yeah.
probably being at disadvantage for the this saving
right,
throw.
you would have been at disadvantage. I need one more,
Hey,
but-
balls of force.
Ooh, that is
So
6,
10.
12, 10, 22, 23,
26.
23 plus
Oh,
5 is
23,
28.
28. I thought that was a 1.
So
My bad.
28, halved is 14, 28 fire damage.
Oof.
As you continue down this hall, you saw where the next trap is. It is, like I said, if you double move.
I'm gonna double move.
Okay,
Well, actually, I think I can. Almost.
you can triple move with your rogue.
Oh, that's mine.
Good call.
Dash,
Back to full health.
disengage is a bonus. Dodge action is bonus.
Second one.
Thank you.
14. Yeah, second wind. And so you're back to
I
full
recover
health.
exactly
Nope.
14 health, yeah.
Can't do anything. No, I mean I could triple move. I guess I'll triple move. Does it make me exhausted or anything like that
No,
after?
for you, because you are a part rogue, you can dash as a bonus action. So for you as a monk rogue, you go 150 feet in a turn if you feel like it.
Party on.
So
My sleight of hand failed.
150 feet as you go down. And you see, by the way, Karen, as this fire hits you, you're looking around. No one else is hurt. Kevin looks singed, and after like a moment where he breathes, it's as if it all just like falls away. He second winded exactly enough health to heal.
So now I am. How close am I to the blue glow?
So
You
you
covered half the distance.
Yeah.
ish. So what happens is you get there, and this other trap is you're approaching it.
So, is that trap? Does it thing?
Did that come back? Yeah, did that
Or is
reset?
it?
So from what you can tell, that the plate comes back up, but the nozzles
stay out.
currently are out. But you do see that they seem to be slowly pulling back.
I'm gonna jump it.
Nut up or shut
You
up.
see Krullik actually just start wailing on the nozzles, and he just starts like smashing against the metal, trying to break them with his sword.
Yeah, I'm
Eh.
backing up into
Yeah.
the main room somewhere around.
So
like,
you
I'll take a
have,
running start.
you athletics jump it.
Yep.
Make an athletics. Don't roll a 1.
14.
You make it.
Well,
It's not. It's actually not that hard of an athletics. The pressure plate was only about 3 feet wide.
Yeah. As long as you don't go trip over yourself with a nat 1.
So you jump over it, as Krellick is just, and you see Wolfsfang just ripping through these things and like bending them and smashing.
I'd say bending it would probably be better than cutting it off, because if you cut it off, then it's just going to be...
I don't want to do
yeah,
that.
I got my events later, Reynolds. So just like you have 10 minutes, find out what that is, then get back to us.
Okay.
So you go down. You trigger the next one, and no one is near it. You are not close enough. I could have been mean here and changed it to a different trap I have, but I'm not going to.
See, changing, that's not fair.
That's what I said, I'm not going to. No, it would have been mean to carrot it, is the thing. It would
Oh,
have been
okay. I
really
was
mean to
saying, 'cause I'm in a
carrot
ball
it.
of force walking
No,
on
no,
the
no.
wall. If you can get me, I'm impressed.
No, as you go through it, it's a similar thing happens, but you see a wall of poison again.
Oh, okay.
It sprays out. This one, you don't see nozzles or anything. It's just as you go over, it's just the entire
Yeah,
area
you're
fills,
Seeps through the...
but only
I'm
breathable
sure,
air
yeah,
goes through.
it's a plan. Yeah, I'm communicating to the group.
Well, either way, I'm immune to poison, so...
Yeah. So you keep going. As you've made this 150 feet,
Okay, so I won't leave.
so Carrot, I'm saying you're on the other side of the pressure plate, but you haven't gone forward far.
Yeah.
You're just kind of trying to keep him in sight.
Well, I heard.
I clarified because it is a plan. I'm not gonna like just communicate just to Reynolds for that. It's the whole group. Like, hey, Reynolds has 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He'll get back to us on whatever that is.
Yeah.
I'm about to die.
Here's a question. You said it's a 10-foot thing, right?
It's as big as I need it to be.
All right, so it's big as this hallway. So one interesting thing as you're going down,
Oof.
there are torches on the wall, and you're hitting them, and they're just, and they're falling,
Okay.
and one of them ignites this poison, and
It's creating
and it
Do I see that?
it does,
Yeah.
and it blocks. It actually blocks
Yeah.
as the poison being funneled in is now lit, and it's basically creating a Bunsen burner esque
yeah.
Yeah.
fire in the hallway. And you see this as you at one point you run, you kind of turn over, and
I'm
now
not
it's
going
just
down there.
wall of fire.
Yeah, that's why I'm like not in front of the room or anything. I'm
So
just
I
over
would like
here.
to point out, no one can now see Reynolds. Reynolds, you cannot see anybody.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But we do see fire.
You see fire.
It'll die down eventually. It'll burn up its fuel.
Going. You just keep showing the blue glow. It had looked closer than you had at first, but as you're going down this, you see that it seems to be reflecting off. It appears that down this hallway at one point there are 2 mirror-like things on the wall. And as you run right through them, they just smash as the wall of force basically moves them out of the way as you keep going.
Okay.
And the blue glow reflecting off that. Make a perception at disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh, that's a
so-
second natural 20 wasted on disadvantage.
18.
18.
Still not bad.
As you smash the mirror, you swear in the mirror you saw a figure.
Oof. Oof. Big oof.
But as
I
you-
told you I'm gonna die. Again. I full sent it again and I'm failing.
But so you can choose to at any point stop your momentum.
Yeah,
but
but
you
then-
are moving forward. The mirrors, the wall of force basically is destroying everything that is not wall in this tunnel.
How far
And
down am I? How far away?
You have gotten now over 400 feet.
Holy cow.
Because the mirrors were actually where the blue glow was
And
reflecting
so
off of.
can I see anything in front of me? Do I see?
Make a perception.
22.
You see the blue glow and the rest of the hallway. You do see it looks like to be one more trap up ahead at some point. Fairly close, actually.
Keep on going.
Go through it, and as you hear and you see like darts on the ground that have hit the wall of force and just failed.
You are the rolling boulder.
I turned into the rolling boulder that I was scared of.
Where's your
it-
Indiana Jones?
And basically, at some point, you've actually basically adjusted. So you don't have to run on the wall at any point during this, unless you feel like it.
No,
You can
I
just-
want to stay on the
you
wall.
can
I don't
just-
trust the ground. The ground's gonna fall out from underneath me.
All right, so
good idea.
at this point, as you're going, you've gone about 500, 600. This is less than a minute
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah,
given your
I'm
speed.
sprinting.
Yeah. You can see up ahead, it looks like the hallway ends, and it looks like the entire doorway, not the door because you can see ground underneath it, but something beyond it, there's this bright blue wall of energy.
Arcana?
Sure. Go for it.
Should I stop?
12.
It looks like it's magic.
Oof.
There's another set of mirrors. As you see that, there's another set of mirrors that are reflecting this blue light down this hall.
So it just looks like a wall of blue to me.
And as you're going forward,
I'm gonna stop. I'm not going to run through this. Well, nothing can go through the wall of force, right?
You don't know that.
Yeah.
he's asking in his mind, I'm assuming,
Yes.
is what he's saying. As he's running, he goes, nope, I don't think you can get through this, right?
Not technically. Only a few things.
Well, boys.
Boys.
See you on the other side.
Okay.
Oh, man.
As you go through, you smash the mirrors again, make another perception check.
Gosh. What is this just poor guy trapped in like a mirror dimension or something trying to get out?
Oh, disadvantage.
Disadvantage, please, yes.
Like, oh crap. Like, there goes another one.
15 and 18.
You see, again, the silhouette of the figure. This time it looks like there might have been more than one. You smash the mirrors.
Can't see what they are.
You're seeing like a figure
Behind the
reflecting.
mirrors or reflect?
It's hard to tell. You're going by real fast.
Oh, there's a person behind the blue thing. I'm assuming I'm going pretty fast at this point, though.
Yeah, no, you're holding your momentum now because technically you've hamster balled this. Choosing to stop will take about 100 feet,
Oof.
which at this point the blue glow is about 100 feet ahead of you.
Keep going, boys. Sprint.
Ugh.
All right, you've been building momentum this whole time. You're going faster than 150 feet around. You're going closer to almost 300 feet around at this point.
Hyperspeed.
Yeah, like no, it's ridiculous. Which is why it's real unfortunate when you go through this blue. You go into the room.
I'm going to smash and take a lot of damage.
You go into the room. You go into the blue glow, and the blue glow dispels the ball.
Dispels or anti-magic field? Because it
it's
can't
hard.
be dispelled.
It's hard to tell for him. All he knows is the ball is gone.
Okay, that's what matters. As long as say the ball is gone.
Oh, no.
The ball is gone.
How dark is it?
Bright blue glow illuminates the room.
Oof.
As you go through,
Darkness.
however, before you get a chance to do that, because you don't know this is happening, you go through the blue glow, and then all of a sudden, the thing is gone from underneath you, and your foot hits solid ground.
Yeah.
No dexterity check.
You can make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, because it was surprising.
That was a good one. Ha! 18. So 27.
That's another natural 20 loss to disadvantage.
18 and nat 20.
27, though. So, you hit, and it's like a roll of maybe 30, 40 feet before, and you hit the wall, but at just enough speed that realistically you only take 4 points of damage from this whole thing. You tuck and roll the crap out of this.
7. Jesus.
Like, the last little bit is you just hit the wall and your head hits you and you're like, ow.
I will tell you what I found the end. The ball's gone.
No one hears anything.
Alright.
Oh, no.
Before I explain what you see, everyone else, he had at one point said he was approaching the blue wall, and you had said something about, I'll see you on the other side, and there has been nothing since.
I am no longer concentrating the ball, so something happened. I know something happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know that the ball is gone.
Ball's gone. Ball's gone early. Okay. Reynolds?
You attempt to call to Reynolds, and there is no response.
Guys, something happened to Reynolds.
Taylor goes, well, time to go then.
Oh.
As annoying as he is, he's kind of useful though.
And then I looked down the hallway. They're like, how much of it is left? How much of that crap is left just on fire? And
The
boiling?
part that's fire, it's basically a gas hose with an
Yeah.
ignition source, so it is on fire
Yeah.
still.
Like, yeah,
We could deal with that.
we could actually. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
All right, who's ready? I got one more in me.
Again, how big can it be as a ball? It has a surface area.
It can be Okay, so all of course. It has a radius of 10 feet, like that.
Okay,
as a
so
sphere.
comfortably 3 people ish.
Yeah.
Like you guys got away with 3 people because yeah, it's got enough space ish.
Agreed.
But you get 4, 5, the rest of the party, and this is now just a momentum machine of just
Who
hate.
wants to ride in a bag of holding?
Honor goes, that kills people.
Not. You guys messed up with that one.
Is that your
Sorry, goes,
I don't know. Wait, do I know why she's saying that, or
is that your
No.
body
Okay.
bag?
no, she just goes, that kills people.
not if you open it?
And as you open it, there's a.
Oh, yeah, the old-
No, they're all dead. They died in the first.
No,
room.
no, there was one you hadn't summoned that was still raised.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he's not dead.
She. That was, no, that is the one that he's.
Yeah, they never. They can go out. I don't need them anymore right now.
As you just empty
It's like
the corpses into the tomb.
here they can.
from the other side of
I turn it in.
thing.
Well, yeah, there's something else in there. I turn it inside out.
Yeah, you have nothing else to.
Told you I was gonna die.
Right. While this is being figured out, I'm gonna actually have to track this a bit. But Carl kind of goes, "Well, you just want to like have our heads sticking out of it?"
No, it's just as long as there's air going into it. You know how these things work? It's just as long as there's
Roll
air.
Arcana.
Okay. Was that 21?
All right. So technically, when the bag of holding is open, air flows in. However,
See if
it
you
is
did-
technically not enough to sustain a
Is it
living
really not?
person
Still?
because it doesn't suck in air. It's just whatever air happens to be
Drift
blown.
in.
Like you can attempt to catch it, but it doesn't recycle. As you're
Okay.
in there,
You
it's
need a little
it's,
air elemental.
Like,
Little
so
fan.
those things, yes. Technically, however, if someone somehow got into it, which it is not, this bag is not open like infinitely.
Yeah.
It is a tight squeeze. But if you happen to close it on someone's neck, technically,
They would be the Oh,
No, they
no,
wouldn't.
no. It's like if you don't like close, but like because it's still a
Yeah.
fabric.
There'd should be a head, a weightless head. Not weightless, but only
you'd only be carrying the head.
only behind the
basically.
head. This is really
Oh, so it wouldn't
strange.
decapitate him.
No,
That-
it
that
would
was
look
like-
like it would look like you did.
Yes, it would look like you did.
We need portable holes.
Oh my goodness.
And immediately you see Faust on a Taylor go, no. Krellick is like, no.
I don't think I'll fit.
That's true. Knowing how wide this fits, only like 3 people maybe can fit into it,
Yeah.
and that's either Taylor, Faust, maybe Silvertree, maybe.
Anyone have a straw?
Well, this is just the idea of getting like their hips.
No,
and
I'm
things
joking. I'm talking.
past
It's
the
a joke
entrance.
of
Yeah.
like the underwater with a straw.
You also know that the longer a person's in there, technically the skin does breathe, and if there's no air going in, eventually they would suffer some damage just from the lack of air around their body.
Don't take a
Yeah.
long time. Though.
Yeah.
It's basically a vacuum without the pressure.
I think we should just
Well,
walk down.
we.
the hall.
I mean,
Really want to chance that?
3 traps.
Hunter's gonna.
Well,
oh,
we don't
sorry.
know how many
Ta-
traps are.
Taylor kind of goes, I'm pretty sure he set everything off.
He definitely said everything. I mean,
That
look
thing.
at that.
That thing was resetting though.
As Krellick has finished like bending all the hoses and they're no longer being pulled in.
Yeah.
Well, that one's done.
I don't, dude. I mean, how fast was it going?
How
I'm
fast
not
was
asking
what?
literally. I'm just like
Dude.
asking Krellick. Like, is that could we avoid that down there now or no?
Krellick kind of looks and goes, not fast. Like, because you can see most of the nozzles are still out. Like the last ones are maybe half an inch in more. Like it's not a fast reset.
I mean, if we want to go through, I can at least take care of that. I point to the inferno down there.
Okay. As you're making these plans, and everyone's just like, at some point, Faustin goes, if we're gonna go,
We should go.
we either go now or we don't, because he's
We-
probably dead
We should definitely go now.
if we don't go now.
We need to go quick too.
Okay.
'Cause not many things should be able to go through that.
So, as you guys all start rushing forward, Reynolds,
What do I see?
in this blue glow, illuminated in this
See
room,
ragdoll corpses against the wall. Maybe other people can try this.
what happens is you hit your head, you're like, ah, and you're immediately face to face well, not face to face, but you see two figures, one on this side of the blue wall and one on the other side.
Can't tell what they are.
The one on the other side appears to be an elderly human. The one on this side appears to be some kind of triple-headed undead.
Darkness. Oh wait, no.
You attempt to cast darkness, and nothing happens.
Oof.
However, you do start feeling a surprising, as you go, darkness! There appears to not be much air.
Oh, joy.
And as you sit there looking at the two figures,
How did neither of these? Oh, I was in the wall for a second. Never mind.
and you're like, the creature, the three-headed creature, looks and attempts to touch the blue wall, and it fizzles on a bony hand. And he curses at it, and the one outside goes, "But that's close. That's close." And he's like looking around. You are actually currently suffocating.
Yay.
Yay.
So you have about what's your Constitution modifier?
+2.
You have about 2 minutes where you can survive before your body will start demanding air and you'll actually start.
Losing.
That's
Losing
20
health.
rounds, baby. We got this. We got this.
This is about 750 feet down the hallway.
Yeah, so I'm on my own.
For a little bit. So, but the panic is going to start rising for you for a second
No.
as you realize, oh,
What's the room look like?
there is this.
I have 25 on perception.
Okay. As you're like, you're looking around, and so the hallway that led in to this blue wall, on that same wall there are two hallways that seem to cut and then go outward. You can see from the light. This blue wall seems to separate this part of the room, which is
So what's the blue light look like?
completely empty. It is a translucent wall that is giving off faint blue, and the blue like shimmers and shifts
So
across
there has
it.
to be dim light somewhere in this room.
It's brightly lit. From the torches in the room on the other side and the blue wall is actually covering everything in this room blue, including the elderly man, including yourself, including the undead figure, which seem at the moment is ignoring you.
Two tunnels.
On the opposite side of the blue wall, you did just see the skeleton reach out, and the blue wall seems to reject passage from this side.
Oof.
At least for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna run at the blue wall.
Okay.
How do I get through the blue wall? I'm gonna run through the blue wall.
Well, of course.
You run towards it, and this is gonna be your first kind of like round after this, and then we're gonna see how long it takes them,
Oh,
and we'll
man,
go
I'm
back to
going
you.
to-
But you run up, and you see the skeleton like step back as you, and there's a static to it. It's not shocking, but it is unpleasant to the touch. As you reach out, feel it, and you're like, and you cover your mouth again as a little bit of air escapes, as it is apparently solid.
The blue wall. Oof. I'm dead.
Along,
I don't see it.
along with this, I'm sorry to say, as you hit it, you kind of turn around and now look at the other side of the room as you're like up against it. You're looking back and forth, and there are about 9 corpses that you can see of different levels of degradation. The word's not digestion; it's decay. Of decaying, kind of around this room. Some of them are more skeleton than the skeleton standing next to you, which is wearing armor and holding a staff. And some of them are more skeleton than he is. Other ones look like they have mummified, having died in an airless room and not had enough air to decay.
This is horrifying.
This is meant to be a horrifying place. It started with a bunch of hands reaching through a wall. It's not my fault you guys actually decided to explore it. I'm glad you did. It just didn't go to waste. But, yeah, so that's what you see, that there seems to have been other figures that have come through.
And I can't. No magic goes through this wall, obviously. Fair enough.
So, in a moment, we'll get back to you. But the rest of you, I'm going to say just for the couple of 2 rounds that you guys... It takes you a bit to talk. You go through... Basically, they're still about to figure out that they should just move when this happens to you.
Yep.
I just want to know how you guys are trying to get through the fire. Because otherwise, it's just a few rounds of you running. There are no more traps. He has set all of them off.
Yeah.
But
Fire trap.
How much of this fire can I see?
as you're approaching it,
Yeah.
so what happens is it's very obvious. There seems to be nozzles on the ground that seem to be spewing poison.
Yeah.
The torch hit it about half a foot above the ground, and everything above that half foot is just on fire.
Okay.
And it covers the entire wall. You don't know how thick it is. If the other trap is any indication, however, due to your intelligence and Krolek's intelligence, blah, 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 and the fact that I'm running 4 NPCs and I'm not going to roll constantly, because Krolek's missing, is if it has any kind of range like the other one did, it's probably got a 5-foot range wide, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 10. But the thing is, the fire seems to be burning through the excess gas that might have existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to look through your abilities to see if there's...
there's nothing I can do. Because you said it's brightly lit, I can't cast darkness.
Welcome to an anti-magic prison.
Ooh, yeah.
Now I'm going to investigate by sitting, trying to get close to it.
So the fire?
Fire, what are you doing?
Alright, wall of force. And how does it look like I can block? I have 40 feet of 10 by 10 walls to work
check
with.
that.
Would 20 feet on either side work before I attempt this?
What do you mean?
Basically, cutting them off from the main hallway. So basically,
The nozzle seems to be on the ground.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're coming up.
Yep.
And what rate? Like what?
It's
radius
hard.
would it
It's could be anywhere between 5 and 10 feet.
I'll still do it. I'm just gonna make, basically, and it's just this one, or is it? Can I see more behind it?
As far as you can tell, just the one. The fire obscures anything down the hall.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna do a 40-foot.
Just wall on the ground.
Give me a second.
How thick is the wall?
It's indestructible.
They don't do destructible. I'm just asking how thick.
Oh, it's quarter inch.
Cool.
I'm just trying to think of.
It's a very interesting use of wall force.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, he's actually making walls of it though.
I mean, you're making a wall, just the wall that you walk on, which is called the floor.
Yep.
We're all monks now. Run across the wall.
Yeah, I put one on the floor in front of me. I put one on the floor behind it, and then I put 2.
So you're just gonna create like a little wall of force bridge
Yeah,
over this
I
area.
basically give it a 40 feet of bridge over the floor.
Okay.
In front of us.
So-
Tented on the sides.
So Kevin, who I'm saying is kind of in the front, since he's the one who has to cast the spell. Actually, let's do that real quick. Reynolds, you are elsewhere in a place that hopefully you guys live long enough to learn its name.
What's the dude next to me? What's he doing?
I will explain in a second because
I'm trying to remember.
I'm
He's holding
actually-
a staff.
He is holding a staff. Because what happens, we're about to go basically to you for a certain amount of rounds before they even show up. So it's going to be all you in a moment. So Kevin, you are in front. This is wide enough that 2 people can run side by side, but Kevin, you are in front for the spell. Who's coming up after him? Carradine.
Yep.
I'm going to put Krolek next to you. Anna will be next running. Silvertree, back or next to Anna?
Even
What?
even running at my fastest, I'm not able to catch up with the rest of everyone else running.
No,
The
Kevin.
slowest person.
Kevin's also at your speed.
Right. Okay.
So-
So I'll be next to Anna.
All right. You're kind of all keeping pace because you have no idea what's happening. If at one point you guys decide to
What's your speed?
rush.
It's 30, but
Okay.
with a dash
Okay.
action.
So this takes you guys a few rounds to do this, and then it's going to take you. Let's see. Let's go with a 60 foot per round. That means 600 feet is a full minute, plus what before. Yeah, it'll be about a minute and a half that you've been in here before they actually approach.
Okay.
So for you, as you hit this, you're looking around. You look to him, who he's or it, I guess you'd put it. You're looking to it, and it is holding this staff with some kind of like mangled skull. It's carved of wood. It's a mangled skull with like a bony hand atop it that is like crushing it. Carved of wood. And as you like look to it, and you're like, it's like checking, looks to you, and goes, "Oh, stop panicking. Just die already. Go over there." It just like points you toward where the rest of the bodies have died, and looks back through the wall at the elderly man. Who, the elderly man goes, "This is showing that I'm close, though." And he's going, "Not close enough. One way from that side does not help me." And he goes, "But it's almost done. I have to just try to find more of the catalysts and get rid of the wall. They're somewhere, I'm sure, maybe even in the tomb still." It's like, "Pa, hurry." And you see the other man go, and he like runs over, like you can see like this little, the hallway that he had seen, you see him like rushing and like come out with books, and he's like scrolling through and trying to read, and he's like trying to figure out what seems to have happened that seems to have let you in, but
Perhaps something we picked up recently. Something that you have in your possession right now.
Yeah, but I can't use it. I have to tune to it.
How long does that take, friend?
about an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
About an hour.
If I hold it,
Wow.
well,
Do you wish to pull it out?
yes. Actually, I'm gonna try and grab the bond. No, it doesn't help him. Yeah, I'll pull it out and I'm gonna try and walk through the wall.
So you pull it out, you go up to the wall, and nothing's happening. It does not let you out. However, the skeleton looks over and goes, "What is that? Give it here!" And like holds out its hand to you, and like demands it.
Do it.
Figure out what you want to do, man.
Air
You-
first.
I will say this: while you, as Jeremy, understand they're coming, you have no
No
idea
idea,
anyone's
yeah.
coming. You lost contact.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna do this for.
And you're like, and he goes, "We're in an anti-magic field. What do you want? CPR?" As he bangs on his hollow metal chest piece.
He knows what CPR is. I'm amazed.
I'll give it to him.
And you see, so you hand it to him, and he goes, and he kind of just like you, and he goes, "Close. Go die over there. I just didn't want to pull it off your corpse." Enan! Oh, sorry. Not gonna be able to say it in that voice. Enan. Now I can't say it at all. En-air. En-air, come over here. And he goes, "What? This. Do you see more of these? A chained skeleton. Iconography." She's like, "Well, yeah. It's kind of all over the place, my lord." "Well, go do something about it. Right." And you see him book it down a hallway. And then you're standing there still. He looks, he goes, "I told you to go to the corner." And ignores you as he looks back through the blue wall, like waiting for this human to return.
I'm gonna try and grab it back.
Okay.
Just real quick.
Yes.
Never mind. You to look around.
I've already done.
You've done a perception. Investigation takes more time, but it
I
gives you more
don't have
details.
time.
That's right.
Can you make your own dim light? Anyone wearing anything?
I tried.
Anyone wearing any long cloak or anything?
And I can't shadow step. It's magic, anti-magic.
Okay. If we're gonna, because
You seem to have given him the opportunity, so I was concerned there.
No, it's one of those things. I give anyone the opportunity to do anything.
I try.
Just
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
might not succeed,
No,
but
I get it.
okay. So you attempt to grab it from him.
Yes.
Make an attack, just because you're trying to like reach across him.
19.
All right. So you shoot out, your hand grabs it. What are you doing? Now make a athletics to attempt to pull it from him.
14.
That is a 23. As you go, he just backhands you. It's he attempts to swing at you. Ooh, wait. That is a 22, 23.
Yes.
And it's just a bony hand hits you, and it does 3 points of damage. He just backhands you.
Interesting, because usually a punch is 1.
I'm giving it like a bony
He's strong.
extremity
Okay.
thing. But 3 points of damage as he just kind of hit you in the face. You know, nothing.
What?
It's magical.
Oh gosh.
As you plot a hilt, and nothing happens.
Very well. I'm attacking.
Right,
I got nothing else to do.
I will let you know, as you would be a monk and be familiar. As you attack, you are using up the air you are holding, and it lessens your time. Cardio activity becomes anaerobic.
Increases my heart rate, yeah.
Exactly. You would know this. You can still make your attack with that dice if you like. You already rolled. If you want to not, I'll let you not. I'm just...
Are you dumb?
Yes, it's basically the question of, are you trying to die fast? Or do you
Fair
want
enough,
to try
fair
to
enough.
find another way? However, as you do go, and nothing happens, and you look at it, and you can like, and you're contemplating like just taking the swing at him. He goes, "Give."
No. I'm gonna
Then
daze
just
back.
go die over there. I'll take it off your corpse in like 3 minutes. And then he just, as you say, you like dance
I'm gonna-
backwards.
I'm gonna investigate
Okay.
just around the room.
So as you go to investigate, you hear him start going, 179, 178. As he's like counting down from 3 minutes. So you start making investigation.
27.
27.
Or 26, sorry.
Okay, so this is kind of what will happen before the party kind of shows up. So you immediately go to the blue wall, you go to the walls, you check it. The blue wall seems to not have any kind of meeting with the wall. The blue wall either cuts through it or the wall cuts it through it. You can attempt to break through the wall, or the blue wall might continue. You have no idea. You turn around, you rush over to the bodies. Person, cloth, interesting. Oh, sword, okay. Throw. Next person, up. Armor, oh, that looks magical. Well, maybe. Don't know. Next person, skeleton, picks it up. Dust. You're going through, and
Calcium.
you find, you do find something interesting on one of them. One of the bodies, as you pull it up and you move the armor, a symbol falls, and it's a symbol of Heronius. That was on one of the bodies, and you do know the symbol of Heronius. It's a very well-known deity in the world.
Okay.
So you see it apparently is a cleric or religious of some sort, maybe a paladin, or potentially just some religious person who ended up trapped in here. You do know something though. Heronius is a deity of good. So you find out, okay, so it's not that you're not good that you're stuck in here. If you are good, I don't remember your alignment. But you're like,
Chaotic neutral.
so yeah, so it's like, okay, it wasn't your life choices that got stuck here, only your recent choices
That got stuck.
that got you stuck here. It was just your
Well,
recent
I'm gonna
choices.
say a random prayer out and be like, "Hey, big guy up there talking to my head, trying to help me out? I'm kind of in a predicament.
Make a persuasion. That's a natural 1. You have reliable talent though, so you
So
can.
10, so
It's 10.
16.
16. I am still gonna count as like a natural 1 as a kind of like has a weight to it, but you do hear in your voice, "I help those who help themselves," and then silence. However, you do realize you do hear something.
What do I hear?
You heard.
I heard it.
You heard. So.
Those that help themselves.
Along these bodies, you do find an assortment of arms, armor. It appears like one of them actually has a wand. Another one has like a whip. The weapons, some of them are degraded. Other ones are still fairly well kept. You can't tell what's been in here. You get to the back wall and you're investigating. You do find like what appears to be a pressure plate.
I'm gonna push it.
You push it.
Yes.
You push it.
I'm dead.
No. You go to push it, and nozzles pop out, and then nothing happens. And the skeleton. I'm really trying to catch myself not to say what it actually is. The skeleton that's ahead has been counting down. At this point, is like 103, 100. You're like the 7th who's tried it. It stopped working after the 4th. 98, 97, 96. It's just, and your open shirt is starting to feel tight. It is a horrible way to die. I didn't expect one party member to rush down here and then go through the blue wall by themselves. So,
Yeah.
let's see, 600 feet. That's all right. So I'm gonna say at this point, you are at about 3 rounds. I'm giving you 3 rounds before you're gonna start taking damage, which is actually pretty heavy for suffocation.
Oh yeah.
And it's also disadvantage on flat everything because you're suffocating.
Yep.
However, the rest of you're running down this hallway. Traps going off. You see one where the nozzles seem to be retracting. Broken glass on the ground. Torches just fall into the ground. You're running. Again, same pattern. Another shattered mirror. Glasses on the ground. Make some perception checks, everyone. We'll go with 1, just for the ease of it all. You want to roll for Kralik?
10.
10.
What is a net reliable talent?
Yeah, his wisdom's like a 1, so like 11. I don't know. I don't have a sheet, so that's what he gets. So that's a 20 from Faust. That's a 16 from Anna and a 4 from Taylor. Kevin.
10.
12. 18.
Cool.
Good.
You and Faust are the only ones who notice. Congrats on somehow actually rolling really well today. See, that's the issue. Kralik was just your curse.
Apparently.
As you run through, the first set of smashed glass you'd run past was just stone. The second one you actually rushed past are hollow.
Hollow?
It appears that what happens is as you're running past, the rest don't see this because the glass has been shattered, but the hangings that they were in, which on the other ones had been smashed and fallen, here have been smashed in, but seem to have actually been smashed into something, like a space.
Something behind him.
There's something behind him. The rest of you don't quite notice this as you're just running past. You're not paying attention, but you and Faust kind of. You actually stop.
I will.
All right. So you come to a stop, and I'm gonna say Faust actually does too. The rest of you, Kevin, you don't have a chance to see it, so you're still going. I'm gonna say Kralik keeps going. You motion it, so Anna does decide to keep going. Silvertree, it's up to you. Taylor kind of looks back, doesn't see what has caused you guys to stop, but keeps going. Silvertree, you didn't see why they've stopped. Suddenly, Carradine stopped, and Faustus stopped, and they're Carradine's motioning for everyone to go forward as Faust seems to be looking around.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, so
Yay, slowing down the movement so I can
Splitting up the party.
Yes, because this always works so well for you guys.
Yep.
So Anna's
All
going
the
to come
time.
up a little closer. So,
Reynolds is dying.
Yep.
so unfortunately, you are the slowest of the current group, Silver Tree.
Multiple people doing different
As-
things might help.
Taylor actually goes kind of past you as Anna speeds up and Kralik speeds up to create this. So you two have stopped, and before you get really a chance to do anything, they continue to move. I'm going to have just let them go first. As they rush forward, when they enter, this is when your 3 rounds start. Kevin, Kralik, Anna, Taylor, Silvertree, you rush forward, and you immediately see a wall of blue as you enter this room. You see Reynolds on the other side. He's like against the back wall. He seems to be like holding something, and he's like holding his throat, and he looks bad. It's very obvious. The blue is making him look even more, because he's already turning blue. So now it's blue light on top of that. It's like
Violet, you're turning violet, Violet.
basically, yeah. He looks bad, and you see, and you hear as you rush in, and there's this 3-headed skeleton in armor holding not only the staff but also a wand. And you hear it going 62, 61, 60. And it like waves to you with its staff. 59, 58. And like seems to be counting down. And he looks to all of you. He acknowledges your presence, but otherwise does nothing. What was that roll?
That was a nat 1 on the wall.
On the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
It's
never
a wall.
seen a magic like this. It's obviously magic.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's going on. All you know is Reynolds is on the other side.
Yeah.
He looks like something. He seems to be suffering, and this skeleton is just standing at the blue wall, just seeming to like, count down at something.
Yeah.
And Reynolds, I will put it this way: none of you know this is an anti-magic wall at this moment. Reynolds looks like he's about to suffocate,
Okay.
and the skeleton is just counting.
Yep.
I go up to the wall and touch it.
Go up to the wall and touch it.
Yeah.
So as you go up, I'm gonna say Kralik does the same. Kralik's impetuous.
with which hand?
He's gonna go with his right at first. So you both kind of go up, and you go to touch it, and your hands go through.
I won't run and grab their hand.
So as you get up and you huff it up, I don't know if you sit there and keep it or do you try to pull it back.
I try to pull it back.
As you try to pull it does not come back. And you see Kralik goes, and it doesn't come back. And you rush up and you grab their hands,
I don't pull. I don't pull.
but you just grab them and it shakes them a little bit and like lose like an extra centimeter in there. And you're both like standing there with your right hands in this wall.
Whoops. I love this.
And the skeleton just goes, looks, and continues the countdown of 55, 54.
Well,
I'm gonna have to start 2 new countdowns.
request PHEB.
53.
Request PHEB.
Oh,
There,
oh.
Havoc. I want to see
Requests?
something.
Alright, I'm gonna do a thing.
So real quick, I'm gonna try out this room.
Requesting pH balance.
How far was the hallway I just ran?
Far.
How long?
600 something feet.
Okay.
So,
Oh
blue
my
wall,
gosh, there's a dog.
the skeleton,
Okay.
Reynolds currently. We're just gonna go Kralik and Silvertree with their hands in it. Kevin, the doorway starts about. It's a little further away. It's about 20 feet away. So you stand just within the doorway with Anna and Taylor behind you. You guys are about 80 feet further back. And I'll get to that in a second. But yeah. So, and then there is. And you guys don't see these yet. Only Reynolds knows of this. Ah, gosh dang it. Shoot. And everything so blue you could die.
Okay. Damn.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement.
Okay.
So, it says in the description, spells and other magical effects can neither reduce the target speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained. In this case, when I'm touching Reynolds and myself,
Okay.
am I able to pull free of the wall?
You go to cast it, and nothing happens.
Another 4th level spell wasted.
No, it does not get cast.
Oh. Fizzled. Freedom of
Um,
movement fizzled.
Because it doesn't even fizzle. It literally, you go to cast it, and you
Nothing
feel no
happens.
magical energy whatsoever.
Here's the thing. So,
He just wants me to die.
Detect magic
alright,
to try to discern more about it.
You
I-
go to
Because
cast
eventually-
detect magic. Nothing happens. All right, real quick, just because he is on a time limit,
yeah.
this you're gonna do what you want to do, but then we're gonna
Yeah.
roll an initiative actually. And
Okay.
you and Faustin, you're gonna do one thing as well before the initiative actually kicks off. But what are you trying to do?
Which pieces of my armor form a perfect circle?
Which
Or a
pieces
circle,
of
a
your?
congruent circle?
I mean, armor's not really meant to make a congruent circle because it's hollow inside, so that your body parts can fit it.
Are you talking about a circle, like the edge of a circle?
Sphere or circle or
Are
sphere?
you talking about
Circle.
a
Just a
sphere? Are you talking about a
Which
flat
piece of my armor
circle?
would work well as a pipe?
As a pipe?
Pipe?
The torso, if someone can fit through the neck hole.
I get what he's
Usually they don't encase the
He's
entire.
talking about
Unless
for
it's
oxygen.
plate.
It's full plate.
But even plate, you have holes in it.
Yeah, technically.
The leather underneath.
You could attempt to patch it, but you realize
You
that
would
would
have-
be a multiple minute long process.
That would take a long
Even
time.
Okay.
then, if you just
Especially
put it in there,
doffing
it'd
your
be a
armor.
How
because
do
it does
that.
take it takes 10 minutes to get your armor off.
What
Yeah.
all of my armor, not just one piece.
Even just one piece because it's all interconnected.
Okay.
You gotta take the
Then
whole thing
instead, how far away was that trap?
Which one?
One
Oh.
that Kevin bust, Karen busted.
The
apart.
nearest trap's about 400 feet behind you.
'Kay.
No, sorry, 300 feet.
Okay. My turn, my action is I'm going to dimension door to it.
So Kevin pops.
I visualize it. I dimension door to it. The one that
last
is
trap
the
that
one
you-
that
Wait,
is
the one with the darts
the
or
one
the
that's
one
been
with the?
pulled apart by Carradine.
Wait.
Krellick.
Oh, that
Okay.
one. That
That's like
one.
600 feet.
That's 650 feet away.
Okay.
The one with the darts was about 300. The one
Darts
with
would
the
have two.
poison nozzles is about
This
about
still on
400
fire?
plus.
Well, he said it was 150. Then he said another 100. Then he said another 100.
Yeah, it was. The thing is, I was acting as you were moving, and then you saw it 100 feet ahead of you is when you were
Okay.
seeing them.
Yeah.
The poison nozzles ones is about 450. The fire one was 650. The darts one for the darts is about 300.
Okay. Then it's what I'm gonna do. Because who ripped him apart?
Krellick did.
I liked him.
Krellick is the one who started bending them. Yeah. All right, what do you think about that?
I'm gonna chance it. Yeah. I'm taking Krellick with me. I'm going to go.
So you
to
rush
the-
up.
I'm going to the one that's intact,
Okay.
but not on.
So the dart one or
one
the
that
poison?
one that
The
we're
poison
fairly
one.
certain is out now too.
That's the.
It's not retracted.
Okay, so that would be
She wants to
the
do
dart
it.
one.
Yeah.
Because the poison was still spewing poison
It's
when
a-
you did your
it's a
wall.
pipe, right?
Yeah.
It's in their wall. Okay.
So you rush up to Krellick, you grab him, and you dimension door, and when you pop up, it's just you.
Krellick? Why?
Because Krellick's hands on the wall.
Krellick's hands in the wall? Okay.
Yeah. he's
Krellick and
stuck.
Silvertree both went to go touch it.
Okay. Alright. Then yeah, I guess that would be fair.
So you pop, you're there,
So,
that is your turn.
Okay.
So-
well, I'm debating on something. So, using an object, how do you want to handle me breaking down this thing? As an action or...
It will be an action.
Okay.
But
Then I'm gonna action surge. I'm gonna break down, use it to tear apart this pipe off the wall, basically.
make an attack.
I'm gonna try to shear a pipe off the wall.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, the trap.
One-handed or two?
One-handed.
Okay.
+9.
You hit. Roll damage. There's a damage threshold before they bend or break.
Yep. Doing what I can.
Good roll.
That is it.
9.
No, that is not what you use for
Oh, right. Shame, that's a two-handed.
That's
7.
still good.
Still pretty good.
+5.
So
12.
12. So you smack it the once. You have 3 attacks.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Because First one, and second one you hit. Just don't roll one, basically.
Okay.
One-handed, not two.
Wait, what am I doing?
So
7.
7, so that's 19. Third. You hit. Damage. Plus 11, so 30. And it starts to bend, and you're seeing that you're breaking a piece of it, but it looks like you're going to have to hit a few more times.
Yep.
So you're starting to do that. You and Faust, you stop. Faust kind of stops, and he looks to what you're looking at and goes, "How important?" Kick it down if it's important, or keep running.
All right. I'll kick it.
Athletics.
Dang it. I'm the only one that can do that. 14.
14.
Wait. 13.
But it doesn't collapse.
Keep going.
I'll let you do one more just because Faust can't. Like, he takes an athletics check and it's more likely to fix it than bend it.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
You got like a -3 to it or something.
Yeah.
16.
Okay. Second one, and you hear it. It sounds like whatever the space behind it is actually fairly tight. You're actually having to force it in. But at that, you do see that there's a space forming behind this.
So is it? It's a mirror. About
It's a
how
mirror
big?
that had actually basically had the hallway was the mirror was about 3 feet wide, 8 feet tall on its hanging. The glass itself was a few inches inset. Glass had shattered, and as you're breaking this in, you're seeing that it's going into a space that are a few inches too short on each
I got
side.
a thing I want to do.
Aha.
Sorry.
We'll do it on initiative
Okay.
because
I kind of want to retcon something, but
standard action. We're gonna go.
Alright.
We're gonna go forward.
all right. Okay.
So you're gonna want to roll low on your
Yeah, I know.
initiative.
That's what I was just thinking about. I was thinking, which dice does not like me today?
So let's roll some initiatives.
Okay.
Whew.
11.
And you want everybody else to roll high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yay! Rolling with advantage worked for me.
Yeah, this is not good. I'm not gonna lie.
I had once Nick said that I had an idea, but I don't want to say anything because it's for other parties.
Right. Okay, so that's
I have no. There's no.
and let's see. That's a natural 20 for Faust.
That'd be terrible if it just stopped here.
I mean, it probably does, but it's worth a shot.
Stops here. Ugh. That's gross.
No, I think I know what he's going to do, so we should do that. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I think I actually have a very good idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
do too,
question. Everyone finished? Did someone roll for Krellick?
No.
You can roll for Krellick.
17.
Okay. And he's a +2 to Dex, that's a 19 for
He only
Krellick.
has +2 on Dex.
He's a lot of strength.
Wow. Krollik and I are going at the same time.
So,
Faust is going first.
above a 20. Faust rolled a natural 20 for a 25. Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, I was surprised when I got the natural 20. And that was without advantage, because he has technically advantage on initiative, so.
How do you have advantage on this shit?
The revised ranger.
Oh.
So he's a. Wait, so it's like a mix of a.
They added one or two.
Barbarian.
They added basically a couple of the rogue things to
Rogue.
it and a couple of the barbarian things, just to up it because ranger was kind of a weaker class.
That is true.
So no one else above a 20.
Nope.
How about above a 15? Okay.
Oh, Krellick.
Krellick is a 19 with
Carradine is
Carradine.
also
What was
19.
yours?
17.
Okay. So
For once.
Krellick, Carradine, Taylor, Silvertree. Okay. Above a 10.
Got it.
I'm right at a 10.
11.
Wow.
Okay, so
I notoriously have bad on initiative though for some reason.
this is good for you
No,
this
no,
time.
no, it's good this time. I'm just saying notoriously for some reason,
Yeah.
And Anna's last.
which is weird
Anna
because I
is
have
not last.
+5 to
No?
my initiative.
It's unfortunate because Anna, if you had slightly less, Anna would have been in front of you as well, but she's not.
Oof. Oh well.
Why is Anna so terrible at rolling
I don't
initiative?
know.
It's so funny.
Faust is notoriously good, and Anna's notoriously bad with initiative.
Yeah, I'm normally like 3rd to 4th from last.
I hope that erases better later.
Is SK for skeleton? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Skilla Man.
Then E is for the guy he sent away.
Edward.
And- yeah. We're just gonna call him Edward. Screw it. I'm not giving him a clever name. His name's Edward now.
The skeletons won't come grab their hands and pull them in.
Most likely.
So it's Faust's turn as you have kicked, and you're looking it up and down. Faust turns around, and he attempts to pull, and it actually comes away from the wall very easily on the other side. And he's like, he looks in and goes, "It's a hallway." And looks back to you, and you turn, and it's a dark hallway.
Ugh, I can't see anything.
And he looks down and he goes, "It goes down. I can see at least 60 feet down." And he looks back down the hallway and goes, "Do you have a reason this is important?"
I don't know. But
He
I
goes-
also can't do anything.
No, right. But he's like, "I gotta," and so he starts moving forward. And so Faust is 45 feet this way. It's
Alright.
because after he sees that, he's just like, "I gotta move forward." Then it's Krollik's turn. All right, guys. You guys all know Krollik. What's he gonna do?
Put his hand on the
Use
wall.
Sand?
What'd you say?
Put his hand on the wall.
I can think of 3 things he might do.
That, put his hand through, let me grab it.
Yeah,
Put hand on the wall.
Right. Something to do with his left hand. Attempt to cut off his right hand, or step through.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think hand's most likely though.
I think it's.
If-
I
if
think
I'm
it'd be
being
his.
Garrett-
I think it's his first most likely. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go with he tries to touch it, can't really feel it, keeps trying, and then eventually you see that his hand is gonna come through. You see him try, and you. Fortunately, nothing happens.
Oof.
And now both his hands are in. And now that both his hands are in, I'm gonna say he just kind of steps in, because
Oh, look at him.
and he goes. However, his constitution's high. He's got
It's like
several.
+4, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good one. But I'm gonna have so Krollik is inside. He has a bit more time. But he points from you to the skeleton, not trying to speak. He tries to say something in your head,
Oh, okay. And doesn't work.
and he's like looking at you intently, and he goes, and he's like, "Uh-oh," and then he points to the skeleton and goes. And his turn is over, but
He gets to what I'm saying, right? I'm assuming.
yeah. So then Karen.
Is there any torches on the wall? Well, let's see. What would he do?
I'm dead.
He's going down the hallway.
So you grab a torch
Grab
and you
torch.
start huffing it down this hallway. What's your move?
It's 80 in a full round.
Full round torch gets you the 100. So what happens is the hallway actually curves back as you're rushing. You get about 60 feet. No, never mind. Sorry, this hallway goes all the way 100 feet just into this mountain. You see the cave slowly become more natural, and then as you rush forward, your light gleams off something just at the end of this 100 feet. As you hold your torch up, make a perception.
My arch nemesis. Nat 20.
You see it appears
Cool.
to be an altar. There is some kind of symbolism for something on it. There's a symbol. It's not any of the symbols that you saw previously in the other room. There's a different symbol entirely. It is a silver pedestal with two black obelisks, where in between a silver chain hangs a light blue crystal.
So the symbolism, is it the iconography on it? Is it more? Does it look evil,
Make a check.
or does it look?
I'll let you choose. Arcana
Possibly
or
good.
religion would you like to attempt to discern?
Where's my religion?
It's exactly the same for you.
I'm gonna do both. It does not matter. That's a 7.
You have no idea what this symbol is. You have no idea what this is. The little
I don't want to know what it is. What does it look like? Does it look evil or does it not look evil? Does it have spiky bits on it?
it is a silver pedestal with black obelisks with a silver chain with a blue crystal on it hanging between.
Black
Above in the pedestal where the blue crystal is hanging, it's hanging a few inches above what looks like black granular sand.
Do
Hey
it.
Faust, what does this look like?
Sure, I'll let him answer if he gets to the religion.
Delegation.
Cool.
Story of my life.
I should not have clapped.
that is
was
a-
probably really bad.
That is a 20. And so he just goes, you go, what does this look like? And in your head, you all hear is, important.
Cool. Grabbing.
It is 20 feet ahead of you, so it'll be next turn.
So next turn, I'll grab it and start running back.
Taylor, on her turn, kind of goes, looks at the skeleton, as the skeleton goes, 54, 53, because all this kind of happens at once. As she sees Krella go in, and she looks to the skeleton just kind of looks unfazed by all of this, and goes, do you know what's happening? 52, 51, yes, 50. It's like kind of, tell us or we'll kill you. And she makes intimidation, which isn't very good. Skeleton goes, I invite you in to try. She goes, fair. Well,
I want to start adding a character
she's
sheet.
going to kind of walk up just to this general
I
area.
want to start waving her like that. No.
And she kind of looks and goes, I would feel bad, but you're quiet, so I'm sorry, I'm a little happy. That's the last thing she kind of says. As Silvertree, your hand is stuck within. Reynolds is still holding it. Krellick is kind of broken free, but has walked in. You see that he also seems to have now lost his breath and is now holding it. And you can feel basically the feeling that there's no air against your skin. Your hand feels very dry all of a sudden.
The familiar feeling of my blood boiling slowly. Good.
So, Reynolds is still firmly grasping your hand.
I'm not firmly grabbed it. I just grabbed it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not pulling, but you're just kind of holding it. Like,
Can I move my hand from side to side?
Yes, I'm not holding it. I'm also not
As
very
in, like-
strong.
so you attempt to, move it.
Yeah.
As you attempt to move it, you actually can get it to go to the side.
Huh.
However, as you're moving it, you do kind of move in a bit.
Yeah.
And so you have a little bit more of your arms in, but, you move it back. And you try to, pull back, doesn't work. Only if you, kind of give in a little bit is it letting you move to the side.
Well,
It's a Chinese finger trap.
well, I've done this one-handed before. Just roll up. Nothing to do now, but except someone's gonna die today.
You see him take his action to accept your fate.
Very well. Do you have an extra character sheet, by the way? I need to start making one.
We'll do that next week. No.
Oh,
So
man.
the skeleton continues. 49, 48, 47, 46, 45.
I really hate the skeleton too.
44. Gets to 44 and that's the round as the 6 seconds pass. Kevin,
Alright. This isn't working. I figured out.
you've bent it to the point where it is
Don't care.
half bent.
This isn't
and
working.
Slightly broken.
I just remembered something amazing. At least that would at least solve my problem a lot quicker than I already just attempted to fix it. And I teleport back.
Okay, you dimension door. Do you attempt to go right back to the space? Yeah. So
I remember it. Yeah.
yeah, pop. You come back.
Yep.
You've used your action.
Yep.
Kevin has returned. No different from before.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you have a movement that you would like to use?
Well, I move up to the wall, sort of.
Like right here?
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
leaving
like.
it
I don't like try to attempt to.
No.
touch it after I've seen
You're
what-
not.
I've
You're
seen what
just within
happens.
5 feet.
Yeah. And now I can see Kralik in there, and I'm just
Yep.
like,
Kralik is now inside.
I give him the like most like condescending look I can with a helmet on.
So you just
You
slowly
visually
shake
see
your
your
head.
chest like raise and sigh.
No, you see him go like sign off as if like, oh, we'll run away again then.
Fair enough.
That's really what he said.
No, that is exactly what he would say.
Yeah.
And that is, I'm gonna say, is that the end of your turn?
Something else I can do, yeah.
Reynolds, that is 1 turn down.
Yo, I don't like that.
Oh, you don't like my markers are slowly erasing?
I want to pray again and be like, help me, and I'll help you.
Okay, persuasion check.
18. Praying out to this dude.
So you're praying. He
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
he goes, I have sent help. Accept it.
They're not helping.
You get silence after that.
Wait, you did good.
The deific equivalent of a shrug.
Yeah. So you realize
What was the god again? The amulet?
the amulet over there?
Yeah.
Heronius.
I want to pray to Heronius.
All right.
Oh,
You
man.
can make another persuasion. Just roll for it, sure.
Do you actually know what Heronius does?
No, I have no idea who Heronius is.
Exactly.
He's heard the name, he knows the symbol, he doesn't know anything about
25.
My goodness.
it. Wow. It's a natural 19, folks. All right. So as you pray, do you still have the amulet with you?
Yes, I carried it.
You feel a soft warmth in the amulet.
And that's it.
At the moment, you pray and you feel something. It's a warmth.
Oh, man.
That's kind of all you get.
Okay.
That'd be
I'm guessing
funny.
that's my turn then.
That's your turn. Anna.
Actually, I put the amulet on. You can do that.
Okay. So you're like, okay. You put the
No, I
amulet
don't
on.
breathe out.
Right. Okay. I mean, you don't even have air to breathe out. Let's be honest here. At this point, you're holding carbon dioxide in your lungs right now, just because that's all that's left. Anna's gonna look around, and she's gonna be like, hallway, hallway, hallway. And you're just kind of pointing.
She's panicking.
Hallway? Like, should I go down the hallway?
Yes.
Cool. And she's gonna go down the one that's closer to her. So she's just gonna hoof it this direction.
Oh, yeah, because this worked last time she ran down the tunnel.
Yeah, however, as you see as she passes through this first area, nothing happens.
No surprise. DM's trying to get rid of characters.
No, nothing happens. She runs off. The guy that you had saw go down this other tunnel still is not present. Faust. 45 feet. Gets to about here and goes, oh.
Can I roll a religion on Heronius?
Sure.
Because I'm actually really curious.
Roll a religion.
What does Heronius do again?
Religion. What's my religion?
This is the god of like.
I got 14.
14.
Maybe you remember something that we might
mean, I
have
am a
said.
Heronius is a lawful good god of war who is the brother of Hextor, which was the group that you remember the symbols of that attacked you in the desert.
Oh, joy. So I just prayed to. Well, he's a brother, so maybe they have
Also-
rivalry or something.
Have you guys told him?
I'm pretty sure we have.
It-
Have we?
I had no idea because
Roll an intelligence, because they did. They might have mentioned. I'm going to go that they probably did in just one moment or another.
Probably did.
Do you remember? So
17.
17. You
Yeah.
brought it up, but I think at one point when they were talking about where they're not allowed, I think they mentioned burning down a temple. Yeah, they may have.
I've only
blown-
ever heard burn down temple because I.
Okay, but so you don't know that. You just know that they ticked off Hextor. You continue to pray to Heronius. You don't have any contacts. If you don't remember, we're just gonna go with you don't remember. So Faust runs up, and then his next turn, he kind of walks forward, just because he really doesn't have much. And as he kind of walks up just a little bit further, he's like, "Okay, what's going on? Someone give me something." And he looks to you and goes, "Okay, bad." You see Krellick. Krellick's like, "Worse." And then you see your hand is you're smoking. And you're just stuck there.
Yeah.
Because you can actually let it, like, basically go limp. It doesn't go in any further. He's like,
Just chilling.
"Crap." And you see him just book it the other direction. "I'll be back!" As he runs.
Who did?
Faust. He
Okay.
comes up, sees what happens, goes, "Crap, I'll be back." And you see him run 40 feet back.
Do you breathe in the shade?
You don't know.
You can go through it.
You don't know.
Nick
Krellick.
just gave me the worst look.
Well,
no.
Actually,
All right, keep going. We need to.
You guys
I
don't know
have a
the
thing. I want to do it.
Krellick.
Go.
Krellick just kind of goes. He walks up to the
but I do know.
skeleton, like right up to him, makes him
No.
puffs out his chest as much as he
No,
can.
we're not ending this.
Nick refuses. He reaches over because he saw you pointing at the hand, and he grabs at the. You roll an attack for him.
Okay. 10.
Plus his proficiency plus his strength. That's enough. He grabs it, and he's gonna make an athletics check, which
Plus
his is like a
12.
plus 12, right?
So 28.
26. Right? No, this thing is not weak. But you so pull him back, and Dylan was like, "Hey, 44, 43," and it just keeps counting. He goes, "I'm gonna start with you next." Krellick's just like does something. I don't know. I'm gonna go off. It doesn't attack him yet because
Yeah.
just gonna go off not doing that quite yet.
That's exactly what he
Goes back over to you and goes, and like signals it. Goes, and bang, bang, you just start striking the thing against the blue wall, and you do actually see as it hits, there's like a
And we'll be like,
like this like ripple effect on your side of the wall. On your side, you guys see it like through the wall because the wall is like about an inch thick. So you feel a really odd sensation as it's near your hand, and you do feel like this
Whoa, whoa,
tingle
whoa,
of
whoa.
like it on the one side. I'm gonna say that's Krellick's turn. Garrison.
I go up to it, and of course, being me,
Okay, what are you grabbing? The obelisk, the pedestal, the crystal. It is the pedestal. Sorry, it's a small cubby technically where a small pedestal sits. That's only about maybe 5 inches tall, with a flat basin on top of it because it's wide and creates a flat basin. The basin's about a foot wide, and the obelisks go about a foot, and the crystal hangs in the center there. So it's about yay tall in its entirety.
alright. You want to? No, I didn't.
I'll attempt to take the whole thing.
So you don't snatch. You run up. You only have one hand free.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what's in his hand?
He has a torch because
Oh.
he's human. He can't see in the dark.
I have the torch now.
Okay, so
Do you have long hair or short hair?
It's gonna be short soon.
So as you,
Oh my god.
and you do feel the sizzle
Two
on
people are
that side.
suffocating. There's bars on it. Hair's on fire now.
Yes. You smell the sense of burning hair, and you're like, and as soon as you go to pick it up, make a dexterity check.
No, there's fire in his
Sleight of
mouth.
hand, if you will.
Oh, I thought it was a pressure
I wanna know if
plate.
this
Sleight of
works.
hand?
I
Sleight of
want to
hand.
know if this works.
Cool. 12.
Okay. You jiggle, and you see the sand shift, and the crystal like bangs back and forth, and it's like, and you see the obelisk start to tilt. You attempt to do that, and all you do is you force it back, and the obelisk go,
I just make it worse.
and it falls towards you. And as the obelisk fall off, the crystal collides with your armor, and it shatters.
This does not
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
Wait till you kill Faust.
My gosh.
I broke
25.
Okay, so as it shatters across, you feel this intense energy right where it hit you,
Oof.
and it like boils through your body for a moment, and then fades. And you're holding the rest of the pedestal, and as it fades, you see the obelisk hit the ground and like reduce to the granular black sand. The silver chain sits on top of it as the rest of the pedestal slowly like melts in your hand.
Okay. Don't take it. Take that out.
Put that out.
Put that out. Gonna have.
New style going, you know, like the
Take-
shaved head, half
Yup.
shaved head.
So that's your action. You've moved 20 feet. You've taken your action.
Move the rest of the 20 feet back.
Run the 20 feet back. Okay, so you have 80 feet before you're back out.
Made an oopsie. To Faust.
Okay. Next is Taylor. Taylor just continues to stand there and goes,
Blue exploded. Not good.
oh, Krellick has moved back. And she's just kind of looking at Krellick at you and are like,
Garrett's gonna be so pissed.
Yeah.
and she's just like looking at, like, and she can do nothing. So her turn passes. Silvertree, would you like to continue to accept their fates? It's almost your turn. It's almost initiative.
Yeah, I'll continue doing that.
You continue to.
accept their fate.
Skeleton. 42, 41, 40.
Well, he has 3 heads. Can he be doing 2 time limits at the same time while also continuing
You know what?
to speak?
Good point.
I'm actually kind of impressed by that. That's great.
Good point. The one has been talking, the one's been counting yours, and a new one starts counting. He sees Krellick and sees that he seems to be doing
Pretty
pretty
stout.
good. So he's like, 598, 597.
Jeez, 10 minutes.
Sorry, 300. So he
I
starts,
was like,
he goes
jeez.
298.
I went 10 minutes.
297. He gives him about 5. And at that, it as well, after seeing all of you doing all of this, it does kind of just kind of walk over here, and it's just like waiting. Like it does back up to see what you guys are all doing.
He likes a cigarette.
Actually, I need to check something.
Well, actually, there's no option.
make
I was just talking
a
about
make a
that.
perception check.
9.
It's not really lit.
9?
He's just makes
What
the
if he
potion.
like put his mouth halfway, like half his head in, so he can bring the oxygen in there, and I can make out with
Okay,
him and then
so
get the oxygen?
just so
You
everyone.
know what I'm saying? Like, you can.
Interesting. Well, no, you can
No, you
kind
could
of,
s- yeah, if you
kind
didn't
of.
ingest
It's
it.
weird.
You don't.
So just so everyone is
That's
aware,
all the
you rolled a
oxygen.
9 perception. The skeleton rolled a 30 perception. So just so that everyone's aware, the skeleton is reacting to something it has perceived.
Yay.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
You don't know what. It just is backed up. I'm just giving the reason so that you guys don't think I'm just DMing for no reason here.
Yep.
Kevin,
I cast Prestidigitation.
on.
I use the effect of making a trinket. I make a 3-inch long, 2-inch wide, hollow lead pipe.
Lead.
Lead.
What is that one you're upset about?
Lead poisoning.
Lead poisoning.
Deal with it.
It's
Alright.
fine in the state of California.
That's like the least of your words
No, it gives
right
you
now,
gives
dead
you
boy.
cancer. And
Oh, sorry.
Cancer.
It has a little
California.
label.
Okay, 1 second.
Kids with the.
It fits in my hand.
Least of your
No.
words,
It's
dead
you.
boy.
You
I'm actually immune to
create a
poisons.
non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in the hand, and it lasts until the end of your next turn. So you have a pipe that lasts for 6 seconds.
Yep.
To the end of his next turn.
Yep.
Yep.
And I put it in and motion over to come get it.
Okay. As you push it in.
Without obviously avoiding the whole
Yeah.
situation
You, how long is it?
3 inches long.
Okay. So it's an inch thick. So to give him an inch, you're holding by like an inch. And you're like,
Yeah.
You're like, make a dex check
Okay.
to make sure
Oh, you
nothing.
wanna make it
just it's not hard. You take your time to do it.
Um,
You take your 3 seconds.
6.
Okay.
No.
I don't have it. I have another hand.
You do have another hand. For now, you are holding it there.
Yep.
It is then Reynolds' turn.
I'm breathing through this pipe.
You rush over. You put your mouth in the pipe.
It's a lead pipe.
I don't care.
You
This
see
anti-
blue in the hollow.
I,
Is this
I knew this was going to happen.
That's why I made it lead. An anti-magic field isn't going to go through lead.
No.
How thick is
It's
it?
an inch thick of lead. That's a lot of lead. Usually it's a
Inch
quarter inch for like
thick
detect
of
magic.
Lead. You made it lead. I'm trying to think of how this effect works. This is
Magic doesn't go through lead.
Anti-magic don't
doesn't
care,
go
bro.
through lead. No, you are right. Yeah.
Yes.
You get a single. You are gonna get basically.
One breath.
No. You get a.
I got the lungs of a champion.
You suck in. Make a. I don't even know. Make a con save check.
No.
Make a constitution check.
15, 17.
Yeah, that's why I mean, like, it's an inch of lead. That's a lot.
No. This thing, but it's an inch wide on each side.
It's a 2-inch pipe, hollow, a hollow 2-inch pipe, 2-inch diameter pipe.
Okay, but if it's an inch on each side, that means there's no hollow.
Why is it not hollow? No, he said the actual it's an inch wide, and
2-inch
then
diameter.
the inside of it is 2 inches.
So it's
Of-
inch
so-
outside.
Let
an
me
inch
draw
punch
you.
through the
Let me
center.
draw
An
you
inch
a
punch to
picture,
this side.
alright?
Okay, no, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
Please don't do math.
Is it 3?
The thing is
I'm
like,
pretty good at math, actually.
Diameter.
well,
Okay.
Faster than
if,
everyone else
there's
here.
an actual vacuum
let
on the
it
other
breathe.
side,
It works.
the
Whatever.
difference
Let me
in
breathe.
pressures is
3-inch diameter, 3
It's
inch
not a
long.
vacuum technically.
okay.
It's
See, it's
not
a-
that there's no air. There's just no breathable air in here.
Nice.
You're trying to kill me.
You
Vacuum
You
drag.
gain
There's a 15-pound
4
differential across that
rounds.
wall.
4 rounds.
Can I see one of those?
of what?
One of the sticks of writing.
The sticks of writing.
Because
Wait,
if you made.
No. I thought he was saying that it was
No, we get
2
what he
inches
said.
wide,
We already established what it is. Right?
and that he had made it an inch thick on both sides. So then I'm like, that's 2 inches.
No, just an inch.
Yeah. It's
That's what it would look
the unfortunate thing is it really
No, it would be about the same in there, but
it's
okay.
it's not easy to get in your
No.
mouth actually.
Yeah, you should have made it bigger.
It's a
I didn't think of it.
He made it
Regardless, I'm still grateful.
It's like
It's a straw.
That's a thick straw. That's a heavy straw too. It's lead.
it's you have a lead in your mouth. You're like up against the thing 'cause it's only an inch. You're basically face sucking the wall right now.
Never mind. I won't bite. My tongue.
Okay.
Yep.
So
It could be more dignified, but yeah, you're.
Anna is off doing Anna things.
Again with the honor things.
That's okay. Karen is doing Karen things.
Uh,
You're
breaking
breaking
stuff.
Edward's off doing Edward things.
Oh man. Okay.
Faust books it back the 40 feet more to the place where the thing is.
I'm giving you a thumbs up. Won't
Saw that the other one has been broken down and you've gone in, like, sees that the other one's been broken down, assumes he went into it, turns and goes down the one that he had uncovered and goes, "What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do?"
I tried to bounce it. Couldn't bounce it. Broke on me.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
Good.
Work.
That's all he can kind of get as he's booking it towards this. You get a good.
you did good.
He does. Oh, sorry. There's one more thing. Anything happen though?
Tried to kill me. I think.
And then all of a sudden you hear,
Good.
come over here.
Exploded.
The feeling you felt was internal.
Oh.
Interesting.
My gut felt fun.
Yeah. So he does tell you, get over here.
Okay.
Krullik. Krullik sees that it's backed away, and he.
Give me an image.
Oh, Krullik, I'm gonna say, is actually still. He starts banging on it, and then he stops. He bangs on it again, and he does see, and that's all you see. The ripples seem to have gotten bigger.
I do ask Faust if he can send me an image, but if that's not possible.
He sends you an image of darkness at the moment. He's only 40 feet down his tunnel.
So if Faust can see in dim light, but if he sends a snapshot and he sends it to someone who can't see in dim light, would it just be darkness?
It's a thing. Right now it doesn't
No, I'm
matter.
just-
He can see a tunnel. You're seeing a dark tunnel. Is all you see because he hasn't gotten to the point where he
No,
can
I'm
see
just
the thing.
random.
But that's a very annoying thing to think about. Yes.
Well, if you take a picture,
Well,
So,
yeah, but if I take
you
a picture,
you take
but
it with
we are
the
we are
lens.
we are running.
Yeah.
We
We
are
are
running out of time, so let's go through some of the more stuff that has to happen. Krellick is, you see him bang, he stops. He grabs your shoulder and kind of like gestures up, and you're like, you're still, and he hits it, and you see the ripple has grown. It seems that whatever has happened, he's like, and he's just banging on him more as he's
Hit it harder.
right. And this thing seems to be doing something.
Oh. Oh.
Metagame differences.
I know.
Yep. Carradine.
Carradine will.
You have 40-foot moving speed, right?
Yeah.
You're 80 feet from the hallway.
80 feet from the hallway, but I'm 80 feet from the hallway, and
it's going to get dark once this thing goes away. If it goes away.
if
There actually are torches on this side of the room.
What I'm talking about.
if
Yeah.
this is the same of the thing and the same.
Are you running?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to do a blind jump.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Mm. 6.
All right, you make your jump. Where were you trying to jump to?
I was just jumping down the hallway exactly
Where you to like the position you're in now, or to where you think it is?
to where I think it is.
Roll me a d12.
Sure. That's an 8.
Okay. You, as you
I get
dimension door
shoved.
into the wall,
Cool.
you are put 10 feet in,
Okay, so I take 10 feet of damage.
which is, I don't know how much. It's just a d6 per 10 feet.
I think so.
I'll look it up. But you are shunted back out, and
Oh.
make a dexterity saving throw just to see if you get thrown to the ground.
That's a 17 plus 6. Brain's not working. 13.
So you're not thrown to
23.
the ground, and as you were thrown out, you were actually you're only put 10 feet off, so you are about 5 feet. There's about a 5 feet gap. You can't reach it, but it's there in front of you.
Faust, do I break this one?
You're just like, and you hear, and he goes, "Yes."
Cool.
So, that's your turn.
Oh, I get
That
it.
is my turn.
You heard something earlier.
What do you mean?
One second.
Like metagame or?
No, you actually heard something in person
You
earlier.
heard a conversation.
Place already occupied by All right.
Yay, falling
Oh,
damage.
I'm sorry. Dimension door doesn't go.
No, it doesn't?
Dimension door does not get shunted. You just take 4d6 and stay where you are.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Never mind. Sorry. You are still where you are, and you take.
Why couldn't you just let it work?
You take 12 points of damage,
Cool.
and you now start running because that was your action.
Yep. Then I start running 40 feet.
Okay, so you're 40 feet.
Ow.
And then do you tell Faust, I messed
Ow.
up or something?
Dimension door hurts when you don't know where you're going.
You just hear a sigh. Then we're going to go into the initiative. Taylor is still just standing there. You see that the jovialness she had when
Actually-
she first entered the room is
Gone.
gone. She is not happy.
I would actually tell that to everyone who I know can dimension door.
Cool. So the only people who can hear you
Kevin.
are Kevin, Taylor, and Anna,
Yep.
and Faust. So those people hear you.
But would Kevin hear me?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
an interesting question. We'll get to that later.
So
Yeah.
Why would Kevin not hear?
His dex check earlier.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Silver Tree.
Yep. Hey, I get some more time.
It's kind of amazing how quickly a room this large would fill up with smoke.
There is smoke that is just rising to the ceiling as he blows right into your face, basically. As you're like,
Push him in.
well, the skeleton it continues its count, sees that you're breathing though, and so the skeletons actually stop counting. And the one in front, the one in the middle one that actually talks goes, clever. Should be of no need soon though. And just stands there after this moment. And is waiting. Kevin.
Yep.
The pipe disappears. It's gone.
Yep.
And as you attempt to pull back, you do feel the tips of your finger
Yeah.
pull, and it hurts as it
Oh, yeah.
attempts to rip the tips of 3 of your fingers off.
Oh yeah. Yep.
it's just the tips of your fingers.
I know. No.
Fortunately, a 6 is just not good enough.
No, of course not. Let's see.
A 6.
What options do I have here?
I have 6 turns now.
You're about to have 5.
Yeah, I know. You got 2 options open.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I thought you were saying. Okay. Kevin, what you doing?
Yep.
Are you trying to get your fingers free?
Like how much of the tips of my fingers? Like tips, or we're talking like skin, or we're talking knuckles?
Not knuckles, but like
Halfway down the fingernail?
Yeah.
not halfway, maybe a quarter down the fingernail. Like
It blows, yeah.
yeah, like potentially skin, like skeleton exposure.
Yeah.
Like if you rip it off, it'll hurt.
Oh yeah.
But technically, you could do it.
Yeah. That just wouldn't be too far out of
Actually-
character for me. Yeah, I will.
Are you wearing armor, right?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's correction. It's his armor up to those fingertips. It's still a strength check to attempt to.
Yeah.
To rip off the armor as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a gauntlet. It's not the most difficult thing to take off.
But that's true.
Tim just wants to fault us.
No. Basically, if you want to
Let the DM make these decisions,
like
alright?
try to pop it off and then pull, you will technically lose your gauntlet to the
Yeah.
field. But
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Field's gone.
Well, until field's gone or whatever happens to it. Yeah, I'll it's not a
Make-
character for Kevin. Kevin's had to make worse decisions.
make a strength check.
Yep.
Roll and add your strength.
14 plus 3.
All right.
17.
17. All right. So I'm gonna say you succeeded, just because you basically are just pulling, and it's not that much resistance.
Nope.
As
Ow, yeah.
no, as all of you basically see as his hand comes free, this trail of blood
Yep.
comes out of the gauntlet and like splashes Silver Tree across the face.
Yeah.
As he
So
pulls his
anime.
hand. You just so like
Spider.
smoke. You just blow smoke in his face, and then blood goes across yours, and you're like,
Yep.
and
Accept this.
you
You know how it is.
you do take
Ow.
because this hurts.
Yeah. Oh, ow, yeah.
Like,
That's a big
just
judgment
as
call.
a flat like pain threshold.
Yeah.
You basically just dismembered 3 of your fingers.
Yeah.
So you take, because I rolled unfortunately very high,
Yeah.
16 points of damage.
Yep.
Ow.
Your
Ow,
gauntlet, by the way, swings down, and part of it goes through, but it doesn't quite because the way the fingers don't quite bend. It's like now it's like half in
Yeah.
the wall. But yeah, and I need you to make a
So
concentration, a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
to see if this is painful enough for you to kind of be distracted from an action.
Okay.
Because this was an action technically, but I was gonna maybe give you another if.
No. That's a 19.
19 plus Constitution saving throw.
Plus a 7.
26.
Yeah.
Okay, so you rip this up. you have enough forethought. You manage. You can do one action.
False life. At 3rd level.
Ooh.
Yep.
And
Not
you
out of character.
No, so you see him pull it back and cast, and it's like the blood stops flowing. It's like necrotic energy like seals the wounds of his fingers.
Interesting.
So mark off the spell and give yourself the temporary hit points.
Yep. Oh wait, it's not random. Cool. First one is 3 plus 4
7,
plus 10.
17.
Cool.
Did you get all your hit points back in temporary hit points?
Yep.
Because it is temporary, right?
Yeah, hour
So,
long.
so hour long temporary, but it's like so right now your wounds have now sealed with this necrotic,
Yeah.
and you see the skeleton's like, and actually applauds that.
I nod to him.
Also, by the way, your gauntlet as it's hanging there,
Yeah.
you do see like your
Fingers
blood
dropping.
is
And dripping
dripping.
blood, yeah.
Oh.
Down. It's
yeah.
gruesome.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So that's
Reynolds now.
Kevin Reynolds. You doing
Is my,
anything?
is my amulet still warm?
Yeah.
I'm praying to Heronius. Trying to Deception. I'll be your champion if you get me out of this.
Sure. Roll deception at disadvantage
Oh
if
my
you're trying to lie
gosh.
to a god.
Oh my gosh.
So 10, 20. Or, yeah, no...
Deception.
8, 20. I get plus 10 to deception.
Okay.
Wow.
He's an honor god.
it's
Come on, man.
It's like water.
a natural 19,
Oof.
Oh.
and you feel it turn ice cold.
Oof.
I messed up.
You
Well,
done messed
I will
up.
start meditating towards the shade if I know how to do. Did we discuss this with
Make
Doc?
make a wisdom check. I'm assuming you sit down the way you saw Faust sit down and start meditating.
Oof.
Do you want to make another wisdom or intelligence check?
Huh?
He doesn't. No, you guys never actually told him anything about the shade. He doesn't know
Alright.
anything
We
about
talked about it afterwards.
it. A little bit, but you guys didn't give you any details.
How did Faust lose it?
The spell.
Where's the spell?
It was,
Yeah, it was just
what's his
spelled
name's
by-
hand?
Did you witness it?
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't know what dispelled it. He just
Cool.
knows it was the spell.
That's what I was saying. The situation with
6.
that warned him knowing,
Six.
but yeah, no.
Okay, so you sit down and you start meditating. As of right now, that is all you're doing.
Okay.
Anna is off doing Anna things.
Why is
I
everybody
rip my
leaving
hands
out
at him.
now?
It's just like give you another pipe, and you want to like
Well, I didn't.
go completely impossible. Okay.
Well, this might mean I don't breathe, and then I don't know.
You have
I know,
seen,
you don't know.
You have
Excuse
seen.
me.
You've also
Permitted.
seen the shade do very odd things when
True.
mixed with magic. So, Faust makes it to the thing. He's standing in front of it and goes. And you hear in your head, "This is gonna suck because none of you can heal me." And he does something.
What? None of you can heal me? Excuse me?
Okay. Kralik.
Not right now.
Kralik, as he starts banging, you
Unless
see the
it's
ripples
something-
are now going almost across the entirety of the wall. As he's banging and it's spreading. And he's like, and he's looking at this thing and he is just banging and banging and banging.
I literally have nothing I can do to make me go
Kralik.
faster.
I mean, sorry, Carradine.
I am ripping it to Faust.
80 feet.
Yep. That's all I can do.
That gets you out of the corridor into his hall.
Halfway in.
Ish.
Ish.
Not quite half, but pretty close. Next round you'll see him. Taylor, we're just going to skip
Don't die,
Silver
don't
Tree
die,
unless
don't
you
die,
got
don't
something
die,
you want to
don't
do.
die.
Silver Tree? Okay. Alright. Make a perception.
23.
Nice.
Every time the ripple hits your arm, there is some movement. And it's movement that's not making you go in, though. But you're able to move your arm slightly every time a ripple hits. Side to side. It's not coming out, but there is movement. A skeleton. If a skull could smile. Doesn't have lips. It's really gruesome.
He just tilts down a little more.
A little bit. All three heads. Yes. Sith Lord style. Kevin,
All right.
Or no.
you see these ripples
Yeah.
are growing larger. Krillic seems to be doing something.
Yeah.
You have not been getting the messages from Carradine or Faust.
Yep.
So,
I gotta talk to Reynolds' friend. Like, what are you doing?
I can't hear anything.
We can
in
hear,
your head,
we
or
can hear the skeleton. Why can't we talk to each other physically?
That's because.
so as you say this, and Reynolds is like,
I can't breathe.
Well, as long as he notices, I'm going to start making the tube again, but slightly longer this time.
okay.
I'll be like, okay.
I'm
I'll
going to
say
correct
it.
my mistake.
Also,
Make a simple
be
dex
so
check.
heavy.
If it's how long can this get? It's going to fit in your hand, so I'm going to say like 4 inches, maybe.
Yeah.
4, right? You can fit in your hand, make that thing.
Well, no, it's not supposed to go beyond, so it's like long.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving him a little extra,
Fair enough.
or I guess you could. Yeah, I guess I'd give you the
because that's
6
about
inches.
maybe 6.
Yeah.
So it's not a hard.
4 to 6.
Just don't trip.
Okay.
As you very gently, same hand or different hand.
Same hand. I'm not
Okay.
gonna risk another hand.
Yeah, he
So
hit
you
us
see this like
Same
necrosis like thing like holding the pipe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this time, you see him a couple inches out. The pipe is barely on your side, and he's just like, "That's what you're getting." That's Kevin.
Yeah.
Reynolds, do you
Yeah, I'm gonna take more breaths, obviously.
make another Constitution?
11.
All right. So 11. You have 8 rounds. Okay. Let's see. Anna. Everyone who can hear, so Kevin, Taylor, Carradine, hears Anna go, I found like a secret passage behind a really ugly painting that I might have destroyed.
well, fellas, we found our third.
There's no response.
Yeah, it's not good.
Do you tell Anna anything? You can respond.
If there's a blue thing at the end of the corridor, be careful. Try to destroy it. Be
So,
careful.
okay. So Anna goes,
It could kill you.
oh, okay. And that's all you hear.
I'm helping
Faust's turn. Krellick's turn. Banging, and the ripples have spread, and it's getting Carradine.
Booking it.
You book it. And the end of your second movement, you see Faust.
And he's collapsed on the floor, right?
No.
No?
He is petrified.
Go!
You see Faust, who had only rolled a 13 on his Constitution saving throw. Oh, I'm sorry. He rolled an 18.
So he's fine.
Fortunately, fortunately he is. Okay,
Yes.
sorry. I rolled an
Wow.
11, and I forgot that he actually has a high con. He actually took Resilient, has the proficiency in it. So yeah.
So he's fine.
So you get there, and you see it. He seems to be stretching out his hand as you get there. And he's like, "Yeah, Anna really needs to be careful." So Faust is fine,
Yes.
and you see the same sand, and he goes,
Sorry.
"The blue crystal needs to be touched by something live, living.
It hit my armor.
Close enough, I guess.
I guess.
I don't know, because he is wearing gloves as well. Like it's
Okay.
and you see he see that he relays that in his head to
Do you know
Anna.
what he
as
can possibly do to us?
He goes, felt like my insides boiled and tried to solidify.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds about right.
so that's your turn, Carradine. Taylor, Silvertree, Skeleton, Kevin. Kevin, do you just do the pipe thing again?
Yep.
Okay, roll con. I'm not gonna make you make the dex. You got it.
I'm guessing there's one
Oof,
more of these.
10.
If she found a third? Makes sense, right?
10. Alright. You get of the pillars. So, you are now at 10 rounds. Correction, you lost one, so you're at 9 rounds. And actually, you lost one that time when you were before, so sorry. You're at 8 rounds.
You took one off for the time before because I
Did
was
I?
at 6. Yeah.
Cool, 9.
Quit trying to cheat me.
You'll be fine.
He just wants to breathe. How good you?
As Reynolds does that, and Anna does indeed find a thing. And she gets there, and it's just like, alright, I'm here. You should destroy it? How important? Do I destroy it now?
Would one of us be able to respond?
Yes.
Touch it.
Let's make a Constitution saving throw. Nick,
I can confirm that.
that is a natural 1.
Oof. Yep.
So you don't know what happens. As you say, touch it. There's no response. It's Faust's turn, but before Faust really does anything, everyone in here, Krolok swings, and he swings through as the blue wall just goes and completely fades as he swings through and nearly hits Taylor. Almost, doesn't quite. So it gets out of the way, and he swings through and goes, ah! And the Skeleton Lord goes, good. And magic forms at his hand. I need some new servants.
Yep.
Come on.
You knew that was gonna
So
happen.
the skeleton, we will be re-rolling a new initiative next time, just to the fact that the skeleton is initiating a different kind of initiative. This initiative has literally been for your breathing. There was no combat involved.
It's
So,
literally been for your breathing.
yes. So, we will do that next time as the
Misadventures of
what
us.
could was a
At least we got 5 of us around here.
I'll put it this way. A very special, permanent, anti-magic-esque wall existed as a prison for this thing.
Yay.
Yep.
And
Wall
we
of
will,
force.
we will pick up next time with, so what happens is your gauntlet also falls to the ground.
In a bloody heap.
Not a heap. It's
So,
fingertips.
you survived!
Somehow.
You're very lucky the spell specifies non-magical trinket.
Yep. I saw like, oh my gosh.
Because I was like, it's made by a spell, so I was...
But it's not magic.
Okay, but we're going off.
Alright.
We should end this.
Yep.
We are Assorted Dice. We will be picking this up next week. We will see what happens.
I'm never
Maybe
right.
they die. Maybe they live. The party is split.
Yep.
It's pitch dark over here now because
They
there's
don't.
no more blue
they
light.
They don't know it. Well, it's the light does stream. There is dim and darkness in the back there.
Bet.
Anna is petrified just from the natural 1. They don't technically know that.
got a
And
bad
the
feeling about
skeleton
this.
is basically just about to cast a spell. It is going to technically get this one spell off before initiative starts, because it was the only one who perceived high enough to know the magic wall was going to fall. It was not surprised when it did, and so it was able to act immediately because of a 30 perception check.
That's
This
ridiculous.
thing had
Natural,
that, it had
natural 19.
Like a, had that, had,
I'm sorry, 31 perception check.
Doesn't matter.
and then it had a 26. I'm sure this thing's rough.
This
gonna
thing
be a
is rough.
fight.
But I'm sorry, we're getting distracted. It is past our time. We are Assorted Dice. We will see you next week, and hopefully no one else dies.
Hopefully.
See ya.